Get us started here where we left off. It's about 10:30 in the morning on wine day. It is. You guys are still in the soakways beneath the city of Mist, in a small pump room with some damaged pipes that are spraying water now. The shadow creatures that are had been chasing you through the soakways there keep appearing out of the walls and turning the valves, causing the room to fill with this old rain sludge. There's a box on the wall that is sparking with electricity, not far above the water at the moment. There's a hastily constructed section in the back of the room that sealed itself off essentially when Pogo entered, and he's shouted to the group that he needs some help in reading some of the Gith chicken scratch. I'll come back to that in a moment because there's an important point there. But the water level is currently at 1 foot. The electrical box is about 4 feet from the floor. Nazim is levitating right now. He's about a foot above the current water level. Nazim, you do, of course, know that you won't be able to levitate past the water. It's from the floor, so you basically, your maximum for your levitation is about 2 feet. So you've got about a foot left before it gets to your toes. Sarah is clambered up on Norok's fur cloak, trying to stay out of the water. Arteme and Norok are just standing in this rapidly rising water here. I'm going to go ahead and move us to the map real quick here, and we'll get back into initiative. Once everybody's moved over, I'll point something out here real quick. Didn't move that.
What did I do?
Give Fox a second to get it loaded there. Fox, is it loading for you, or what is it doing? It still shows you on the last one like it didn't pull you over. There we go. Okay. It was just taking a while?
It was still loading at 99%. It was just taking
Gotcha.
a while.
Cool. All right. So where we left off, Pogo had recognized that the language that is on these statue busts, essentially, of different faces of melted people. You guys had, at some point, had started to recognize, obviously, that the melted people, the rumors and stuff that you'd heard in taverns and inns and so on, represent this other species that clearly have some form of conflict with the Illithid. Anyways, the language that is written on those busts there is their language. So
I have
something.
no idea what the fuck it says.
Correct, yeah. Pogo can't read it without alternative enhancement, I guess is how I'd say that, without being too without giving the clues away. But something to note, though, is Nazim is able to read Qualith, which is the Illithid language. He can't read Gith necessarily. Doesn't mean that with some effort he might be able to kind of decipher at least certain words, but he can't just read it naturally the way he can Qualith. So you mentioned that last week, Sokka. I just wanted to point out that there was a difference there, and I kind of hinted at it a little bit, but I just didn't want you guys to get stuck into a situation here when the clock is running, because that water's rising pretty rapidly, and some of you have already taken a few hits, and if that water starts sparking, it's going to be a much more serious problem. So just pointing that out. Not that you can't. Obviously, it would just take some effort. It won't be free. Whereas it might take a roll or two for Nazim to try to read that. Everybody clear on that?
Which side of the writing is it on? Is the writing on Pogo's side or on the side that Nazim was going to go to?
The writing is actually on the statues themselves. So there are, and Pogo was able to see, just for simplicity's sake, Pogo, I'm going to say that you could see through those tubes and that you were able to see to the south part of the room. Does that make sense?
Back and forth. I saw
Yeah.
there are some other statues, so now I'm
Correct.
Panicky? Cool.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough, because those are tubes. They are intended to pass through back and forth. Even if they were blacked out or something, it wouldn't necessarily matter. But with your own light of holding your sword out, you were able to see that there are 4 statues in the southern part of the room and 2 in the room you're in. But they are actually on the statues themselves. They look like a name or something like that of probably that person, most likely, or a name of some sort, or at least titles, let's say.
Does anyone know who Kakunahama is?
Yeah, really.
Maybe a home?
I mean, if I can touch the writing, I can read it.
I think
but
it's
that
a
doesn't help.
salt.
That doesn't help with the statues in the other room.
The umlaut changes.
And also, Pogo doesn't fully know he's stuck in here yet. He's still just trying to figure some stuff out, but he's gonna be poking around. He's not gonna be a lot of help for a few minutes. I don't think. Maybe it's solid.
You guys don't. Yeah, you guys don't have minutes. You have seconds here, but
we got minutes in real world.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
A lot of what's going on.
Yeah.
So getting into that room with Pogo, there's still a way to get in, right? On the left?
So yeah, so Pogo. There's think of it like two parallel, like dog kennels almost, or dog runs, or even stables, I guess. Two separate sections of it that have stalls at the end of it. And Pogo went in through one section, and the door turned solid. Essentially, became a wall behind him. There's still an open section that nobody has gone into yet, and there are 4 statues in that section. And that's what Pogo was calling out for help with. So somebody needs to go in there, as Pogo was asking for help. Someone needs to go through that. You can probably expect the door will close behind you, and then help Pogo figure out what this is going on in there.
All right, if nobody has a way to read that, then I'll just go in.
What was that, Justin?
Oh, I just said also we need to kill those things and close the wheels if possible. If you have a second.
There's something for everybody to do. So.
Yeah. Well, we'll be busy, guys.
Yep. So, all right, it is Pogo's turn. So, what are you doing?
Oh, it's my turn. Okay.
Yeah, we left off with you.
Pogo is going to. He put down both of the busts are still in the same general area. He's gonna go ahead and. When he was climbing through the wall that reappeared behind him, how sturdy did it look?
It looks like solid wall now.
All right.
And in fact, you actually heard. So just to point this out too, you heard Norok just banging away against it violently with his hammer, and it was just clicking off.
Break through it. All right.
Correct.
In that case, he's gonna climb through one of these. I don't know if it'll let me. Yeah, it won't let me move. But he's gonna go ahead and climb through a tunnel.
Okay. So doing so, because of it's not halfling size, you're going to be able to fit through it. You do feel like you can. It's going to take probably most of your movement. Basically, going through it, we'll call it 20 feet to climb through. If you choose to do so, you still can. It'll be 20 feet. You had enough for that. Do you want to do it?
Yeah, he doesn't really know what exactly. He's just still trying to look for other stuff. So he's going to use all his motion there. And when he gets to the other side, does he see the same thing? A couple busts on the wall, and he looks around the corner and he sees just look like the same inlets from the other side.
Yep. Yeah, 3 more murals on this side, and there are 4 busts on this side.
All right.
Instead of the 2 you had on yours.
And
you can see out though.
Right,
you can now, you can see out through that and see Artemis standing there.
And it look like a normal door. Does it like an opening? Does it look like it's just gonna?
It is.
Thing?
It is open now. It looks exactly like the other one that you walked through. There's a slope going down and everything.
I'm scared of going through it, and then. All right, I'm gonna grab one of the busts.
Artemis, you do notice that when you look, now that you see Pogo there, you look over to the other door and it's open again. The one that he originally went through is open now. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna grab.
Wait, look at that! Look at that! Do you guys see that?
I'm gonna grab the one on the left.
That coin. Do that again. Roll that again.
Yeah,
look closely at the coin. Yeah, there are fingerprints on it.
Oh,
it looked like. Yeah. So. Yeah, there's fingerprints on that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
that is.
But I don't see any prints at all.
It was in the dark that time. Yeah, they're super fake. Roll it again and see, because when it landed on the left, there was more light over there, and they were more visible.
The Cheetos add-on pack.
Really.
it's very.
Yeah, they're super fake, but they're there. That's interesting. I wonder if it's on the other dice too. I've never noticed it on any.
I can barely see him.
Yeah, I only noticed it because it was landed like right over where Artemis is on the left side of the map, and there's a lot of light
pure
there.
black, so I don't see anything other than like the one.
It might be, graphics card settings. It might be OpenGL or something. I don't know. Anyways, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go ahead and grab the one on the left.
Okay.
And I am going to.
The leftmost one, like to Justin, or the one that's closest to Pogo?
No, so one I'm facing. I'm looking at the wall. I'm gonna grab the one on the left, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put it. Use my bonus action to where I can use that with my gauntlets.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go put it here.
Okay.
Anything happen?
No, nothing happens.
All right. Let's see, 5, 10, 15. I'm gonna go ahead and drop it right back next to it.
Okay.
And I have no idea what I'm doing, guys. I'm really lost here. And
all right. Ready for your turn?
My turn. I am gonna hold. Actually no. That's my turn. That's it.
Okay. You can. I mean, you still technically have an action, so.
I don't think I've got. I have no idea what to do with that action, so I'm gonna go ahead and just hang out.
Sure. All right. It is Sarah's turn.
This door's open, yeah?
Yep, both of them are open now.
Okay.
Shit. I've already said it, so both are open. It should have switched to this door being closed, the one closer to you. But I'm just because I already said it. I'm going to stick to it. They're both open currently.
Well, I'm going in.
All right. All right. Then when you pass through, the door closes. Artemis, you notice the other door closed again. They're both closed now.
Okay, so now they're just stone walls.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah, and it is dark in here except for your sword. So Sarah can see through the dark, so it doesn't really matter. But
Can you read this? Is there writing on this wall as well as the north?
so there's no writing on the walls. It's only on the stones, the busts.
All right. What did he say?
Comprehend languages and start touch reading everything I can.
Okay, that is action, right? Yep. All right. The one that you're standing closest to that Pogo had picked up and tried to place is the word underneath it is enslavement. They all look like different faces. They all look like different. What's that?
Oh, I was zooming in on these pictures that you put on here.
Oh, yeah. So hang on, Becky. You need to be able to see these too. Did you change the thing to turn it to the little bookmark icon so you can see them?
No. What am I doing?
Okay. All right. So on the toolbar on the far left,
Yeah,
the left side of the door, the one that looks like an orange bookmark. Click that, and then there's a button that says toggle notes display. I think it's purple for you guys. If you click that, do you see little statue squares and some things that label, or if you mouse over them, are labeled mural?
See 4 statues, and I can read them.
Okay. And then, yeah, you can see those. That's fine. And then just to the right of Pogo, do you see a little blank square that says Mural D if you mouse over it?
Yeah. Okay. I see
Okay.
those.
Yeah. So if you double click those, it'll bring up a big mural. And what that is, that's actually not where they're located, but you can see them on the map. Like, if you click on the mural one, you see that it looks like some people standing in a row, right? And then straight to the north of that, you see it on the wall on the actual map. You see what I'm describing there? You might have to zoom in a little bit. It's directly north of Pogo.
As much as possible.
You don't. It doesn't actually matter that you can see the ones on the map. The point is that the mural locations where you double click on those little boxes to see the big picture, those are where you would place the where Pogo had attempted to place these statues previously. Any other questions on that? I know that sounds trickier than it is. It's just a matter of having to place the little squares.
What does the other one say?
So all that remains.
Yep. Oh yeah, you can read them actually. Yeah, so you can do that yourself now.
And
between
I
the two
was
of
writing corrupt and devour, and then the eternal war.
Wait, there's 4 of them?
There's 4 on this side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit! All right.
I've told you that like 8 times now. There's 4 on this side and 2 on the north side right now.
All right. Corrupt and devour. I gotta write them down.
I'm doing.
Corrupt and devour. Enslavement, all that remains, and what else?
The eternal war.
Eternal war. All right. Well, there's 2 more on the other side, and I think maybe they go in the spots that are in here. I already put that one. I'm gonna point to enslavement into the second one. It didn't do anything, so maybe we just gotta get in the right spots. This one right here, I'm just gonna point behind me. That one might be enslavement.
Well, what was the 2 middle ones?
I think corrupt and devour is going to be mural E, maybe.
Mural E?
Yeah.
I don't know what mural E
The middle
is.
one.
I'm not...
If you mouse over those squares, Justin, it'll say mural in a letter. So mural E is the one that you tried a minute ago. You tried it with a different statue though.
Sorry, what was the 2 middle ones?
Oh, can you see them, Fox? Oh, I didn't close the door. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine that you can. It doesn't hurt anything. Yeah. You wouldn't be able to. Well, Artemis can't go through that. That's a solid wall again. But as far as Fox knowing it to try to help them, solve, that's fine.
So then maybe mural.
Yeah, I was
E...
just gonna put them in Discord so we could keep track.
Sure.
Yeah, so maybe E is corrupt and devour, and then maybe mural D is eternal war.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
All right, so on your turns, you're going to each have time to place 1, assuming that you can get to it. Pogo, or whoever goes to the north side is going to have to spend it as almost a turn, basically, as far as movement is concerned. But otherwise, each of you can grab 1 and place 1 on your turn, meaning each of you do 1. Yeah, to test. Now, obviously, if you get it wrong, obviously it's not gonna count essentially. But you can try.
Her bonus action, but I don't know if she can move one of them under bonus action. She has that.
She cannot. Fox, I'll type those in there. Actually, Becky, do you? Well, actually, it's your turn. So, Becky, if you want to finish your turn, and then if you want to reply to Fox in the chat with your notes there, then we can get to Norok so he can swing at something if he wants.
Has the water reached this back room yet, or is that still going to happen?
So it hasn't yet. I'll tell you that when you walked through, Sarah, when you walked through the side, you saw that the wall turned solid, but the water's still passing through, and it's not high yet. It's up, a third of the way up the little platform, the little ramp there. So you have, 2 feet of space before the water starts to fill this area as well.
It sounds like a front room, front of the house, probably.
I don't think I have a bonus action that would help me here.
Yeah, you did action for comprehend languages, but
Yeah.
on your next turn, obviously you could place one if you chose.
Yeah, because I'm not too bad on spell slots and stuff, so I don't need to use any of my sorcery points. I'm good.
Okay, all right, that if your turn then.
Yeah, because I think that's all of my movement. Jump 5, 10, 15, 20.
By the way, I don't know what these are going to do. That just seems like something these weird people will do to maybe hide a secret entrance or something. I don't know if it's going to stop the water, though.
Probably not, but hopefully it'll get us a way
I'm
out.
going to play that pretty loudly, too, so maybe you can hear that shit.
Yeah, everybody. So the invisible or the solid walls, rather, the kind of fake walls that are appearing there, they don't appear to block sound, and they're not blocking the water coming through either. They definitely blocked Norok trying to swing his hammer at it, or his warmatic at it. But otherwise, they don't seem to have. They're not particularly solid in the same sense that a normal wall would be. All right, that it for Sarah then?
Yeah.
All right, that'll bring us to Norok. What you doing, Holmes?
Alright. Go try to see if I can get some of these things closed again.
Yeah, so those two, the one that you just walked away from is closed currently. Those two that you're walking toward, both of those are open, and the shadows are trying to spin them. The far right one, the one that Nazim is kind of almost under on the map there, he has shoved a immovable rod into to try to stop the valve from being able to turn.
Okay, I'm sorry, which one was that has the rod in it?
The far right, where Nazim is.
Okay.
Yeah, the one you're at right now is fully open and is not being interfered with in any way at the moment.
Okay, then I am going to try to smash this dude. And...
Okay. He is very small. He was pretty badly blown up by Arteme from her sunbeam. So.
All right. I'm going to frenzy just to make sure I can get all these things dead while they do the puzzle.
Sure.
Luckily, this guy's almost toast, but there's another one at least. I know more are coming. So, all right, and you know what? I think I'm just going to do regular swings on this guy. So.
Kind of handy that Pogo and Sarah are back to back in the initiative order.
Nice.
If the two of you are going to be the ones doing the puzzling up there. All right, 15 will hit G.
Okay.
Is the music level okay? I had to change it, and I'm not sure. I had to redo it, and I don't know. Okay.
That's fine.
I tried to guess at it, and it's hard to tell sometimes because it volume levels are different, I guess, for me than they are for you guys. All right, 14 with your sword. All right, he is still semi-coalescent. Very small now. I should have. I wouldn't want to put this kind of work in to have to do this as a DM, but I should have adjusted their AC as they got smaller, because they'd be harder to hit, obviously, as they get harder and harder in these little floating shadows. But
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, 23 will definitely hit.
Okay.
18, that will be enough. He had 17 left. You swing the Sword of Stolen Hours through him, and he just splatters out almost blood-like with this inky shadow, and then does not begin to come together, and the little bits just begin to fade into the air. The sword, the hilt in the sword, does begin to light up and beat like a heart.
All right. I think I still have enough of him. Can I still continue to attack the other dude?
Yeah.
Well, I know I have a bonus action attack at least. So
as long as you can get to him. Yeah, I mean, you only moved
I think
10
I
feet to get there.
10?
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe 5, yeah, 5 or 10,
maybe
whatever.
close the thing?
Oh.
I don't know, if you
It
can.
did.
I did.
I mean, unless you want us all to drown.
Damn it, Fox. Damn it, Fox. You had to ruin my fun here. I told you guys last week, and I wasn't, I didn't want you guys to fail at it or anything, but I did tell Ben last week, that you could turn the valve as one of your attacks in place of one of your attacks.
Yeah.
So.
I just thought I'd point it out. I don't want to drown.
Good point, Fox. Good point.
I forget everybody else isn't as tall as me, so I guess I'll close it. Fine.
Yeah, they're gonna be swimming,
I
trying to close it
could do a ritual for myself for water breathing, but then you guys would still die.
Well, you'd have 1 minute to do it anyways, so like, whatever the ritual time is for it, so it would take you a while. You might drown before it's done.
Help with electrocution.
No, it would not help from the electrocution, sadly.
Plus, I don't want to see Sarah trying to walk in the water and carry a bus.
Yeah.
That's yeah. So it's obviously like I kind of pulling the curtain back a little bit. It still has to be a game where you guys can succeed and hopefully have fun with it, right? So there are little ramps there to buy some extra time for the people that are trying to solve the problems up there, rather than having to swim the entire time and being at half movement. So
Yeah.
it's coincidence. It's a little dumb as far as the narrative is concerned.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
exactly. Yeah. So, trying to swim and carry something, especially for a 3-foot halfling when it's a 2-foot statue, maybe not realistic at that point. But I still had to, like I said, this is a little bit, not. It's ludonarrative dissonance, I guess. It's not game reality, or real world reality, but game reality. All right. So you still have movement, G. You do anything else? You stay in there.
I'm going to close that, please, and then go over, because I can use my bonus action attack, if that's all right, to hit this guy.
Sure.
Okay.
From your frenzy, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to, for simplicity's, I'll just put them, I'm dropping little icons on here just to make it clear which ones are closed and which ones are open. I guess not everybody will be able to see them if I move them to that side, so I'll put them in the front. They're just going to be a little bit in the way. Just try to shrink them down. Plus means they're open, minus means they're closed. You guys want them closed. Sorry, I didn't see what you rolled there, G. 17, yeah, that'll hit. Go ahead.
Already did.
Oh, sorry, 17 was the damage, sorry. Yep, alright, then...
And then that'll be it for me.
Right. He is shrinking from the hit. And that will bring us to Garup. Garup, he's shouting, I can't shoot at him with you in the way. I'll hit you. And he tries to move his way over there to try to start moving on the valve. He sees this one's already closed, but just to maybe protect it, he can't make it the whole way with the water. It brings us to Arteme. What you doing, Fox?
I'm gonna laugh so hard. She's like, I'm gonna cast breathe underwater.
Well, if she had it prepared, it'd be fine. Unfortunately, to cast it as a ritual it's gonna take a while. Fox, you there?
Yeah, sorry. Monk was just asking me when the break's gonna be. So I have like 2 people talking at once.
That will be 7:30. For probably about 10 minutes or so.
Oh, in about 10 minutes.
No. Break at... Oh, sorry. 7:30 is 10:30 your time. It will last about 10 minutes.
Okay, about an hour. It's my go.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna use my sunbeam on the creature that I could see.
You can't get a good angle at it from where you're at right now. No, you will definitely hit Norok, possibly Nazim, if you aim.
Okay.
Yeah, if you go,
Here?
I'll say from there I'll say that you can get him because that's a pretty clear 5-foot
I'll aim it
shot.
at this guy.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it again. I know it was quite a ways up there, so if you want to recast it, just make sure not to consume the spell slot, and you don't need to drop the template. All right, I forgot to make a con save here with disadvantage. Well, he got a natural 1.
Wait, how far away is she from me? Is she within 30 feet?
No, he got a natural 1 on his save.
Oh, perfect.
I think you have to be able to see. Don't you have to be able to see them?
I don't
Anyways,
think, I think it's just them being near me within 30
Okay.
feet with them this resilience.
yeah. Well, unless you want to help the Shadow Horror save,
No,
then I think you're good there. All right, 58 to him. He is blasted, well below bloodied at this point. Very small. The immovable rod is still in the wheel there. That was movement and action. Fox, any bonus actions? Further movement, I'm not sure. I don't think you used it at all. Fox?
Is calling the hero? Oh, Sorry, my alt wasn't working. Is calling the healing spirit a bonus action, or is the bonus action only after it's called out?
Click it again. I think it's an action to cast it, and then bonus action to tell it to heal. I forget. Let me see. As a bonus action, you can move it, but to cast it... Oh, hang on.
Action. Okay, so nothing.
Hang on.
Bonus.
No, I think it actually is. Let's see. Because it looks like it is a... Here, I'm sorry. Let me look at the actual... That's the chat thing for it should be.
It's been a while.
Yeah. What level is that? Second? Okay.
It's a level 2 spell.
Am I blind? Why am I not seeing it in here? Where... Why is it... Is it not in your second... Like, with your second level spells? I'm not seeing it.
It is with my second level spells, yeah.
Have a look. Oh, there it is. Jeez, the icon just didn't stand out to me for some reason. All right, it is a bonus action to cast. Yeah, it's a bonus action to cast and then a bonus action to move. So, you all right, pup?
Okay.
You gonna cast that?
I'll cast it.
All right. Let me grab the thing for you. There you go. She summons next to you, right? And then you can move her with further bonus actions. Oh, within range. Okay, so you can drop her anywhere within 60 feet from you.
So I was gonna drop her between me and Norok between me, Norok, and Nazim for healing.
Okay. You can't get all three of you with her touch. You get two of you. So whichever two, either Norok and Nazim or you and Norok.
Yeah, Norok and Nazim for now, because I'll yeah.
Sure. All right. So it is well, I guess what level were you casting it at? Were you just casting it at 2 and then using the... Okay. So it'll be a 4th level?
Level 2 because the...
Yeah, with the upcast, it'll be 4th. So double-click the healing spirit, and then click heal, and then in parentheses where it says L4, click that one. Under features.
Double-click it in what?
Double-click the healing spirit to bring it the sheet for it, and then go to features.
It's not working.
Here, all right, I'll do it for you. So we're not taking too much time here. Here we go. All right, Nazim and Norok heal for 11 from Artemis Healing Spirit.
Thank you.
Yep. Well, sorry.
Thank you.
Let me accept the things instead of Artemis, even though it's her healing spirit doing it. So, all right, that if your turn, Fox.
That's all.
That'll bring us to the Shadow Horror. I gotta check something on Nazim's sheet. 1 second. There it is. Okay, so I inadvertently let you do something last week, Nazim. It takes an action to press the button on the immovable rod. It's an item interaction to, like, pull it out of your bag and hold it in your hand or whatever, but to actually click it takes an action. We're not going to undo that or anything, but it does take an action to interact with it. The Shadow Horror reaches. He was already reaching toward it anyway when you had started blasting with Eldritch Blast and everything, but he reaches out and clicks the button off of it and flings it across the room. And you hear it plink into the water. That's it for his action. His bonus action. He doesn't have much. Oh. No, you guys are right next to him with way too much light, so he can't do that. You see him begin... he hasn't been hit. He was about to shrink away. He has that right there in the chat. You could kind of expect, because you had seen them acting sneaky in the shadows in the other room before you'd come in here. He doesn't have anything useful as a bonus action, so that's it for his turn. Bringing it to your turn, Nazim.
Okay.
Your removal
which
rod
direction
is in the
did he throw it?
Over to the southwest. You heard it splash into the water, but there is obviously some chaos in the room. You're not sure precisely where. It will take you some time to search for it, but it's over to the southwest, a ways.
That's just somewhere out there. Okay, yeah. I have one quick question since I've never used this before. I now have the Kiss of Mephistopheles, and it says that when I hit them with an Eldritch Blast, it casts a fireball. Is that a bonus move, or how does that work? Or does that happen naturally with an Eldritch Blast?
It takes a spell slot. It takes one of your Warlock spell slots to do it. So if you read it, it says that you basically how it works is when you hit something with an Eldritch Blast, you can make a fireball explode at the target that you hit with it, costing you a spell slot, one of your Warlock spell slots, which you have 3 of. But you can do it as often as you'd like. It doesn't take any extra action or anything else. It's just that you only have those limit to your Warlock spell slots.
Gotcha.
I think there was no other limit, but I'll double check. But I'm pretty sure there was no other limitation beyond the resource.
So pretty
cost.
much, if I ever want to use that, I cast Eldritch and also call that as well, and that'll be that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll double check that there was no other. There was definitely no other requirement as far as it didn't have its own special resource. But I think it's just a matter of using a Warlock spell slot to do it.
Okay. Initially, I was going to run into the room to help Pogo out, but I think Sarah's in there now, so I'm just going to shout out, do you guys need me in there still with you, or am I okay to stay out here and help?
And I'm going to look at Sarah with question in my eyes.
Because he can't read it either.
Do we? I mean, I don't think you can. I think the door's closed now, so...
Sorry, I was muted. I mean, I can read everything, so as long as we can get everything there before the water gets too high, I think we'll be fine.
Just try to keep my socks wet, if you don't mind. They're new.
Gotcha.
I'm going to just let me just to give a little bit of a hint here, guys. What the intent is that one of you is on each side and describing what the mural looks like, and then figure out which one you think is appropriate for that. That's how it's intended to be, with the purpose being, since there's no sound breaking here, that if Sako or Fox or Ben want to help with, or whoever is not in there basically want to help by the description of it, which you guys can all still work together on the puzzle part. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. So one person's on the other side and they see someone in shackles, they can call out enslavement, and someone else sees
exactly.
people fighting. That's
but Pogo and Sarah are having this conversation, and the rest of you guys can still hear them. So if you hear Sarah's describing a painting that looks like it would be enslavement potentially, then you guys can still help. Is what I'm saying, as far as as part of the puzzle, while still doing whatever other actions you need to.
Gotcha.
That way, nobody's really shut out of the puzzle pit if you guys want to participate.
Okay, so I'm not actually needed in there, so I'll stay out here to help keep the water levels down. So in that case, Nazim will move to the right, still within. I'm not going to break attack distance. I'm just going to kind of stay right here.
Okay.
And then I will Eldritch Blast him. Let me pull this up really quick here. Target T and Eldritch Blast. All 3 onto him. First attack. Second attack. Third attack.
All right, all 3 will hit.
All right, damage 1. And 3.
All right, I'm going to apply those. Cool. That is really nice that works. It's a nice quality of life feature. He is still cohesive, but not a whole lot. He's very small and spindly and reaching back towards the wheel.
Oh, good God.
Any bonus actions? Or you only used a tiny bit of movement there, so you still have movement and bonus actions if you care to.
Yeah. Do you guys want me to shove him out of the way, away from this thing, or we could probably take him on the next round, couldn't we?
Yeah, I'm sure it won't be much trouble.
All right.
You can ignore these extra tokens. I'm just getting.
I will just stay with
more
him.
coming.
Yeah, because they keep spawning.
Funny you should say that. It's almost like it's their turn.
Yeah, I'll keep hitting this guy. So if you guys want, you could run to the left to cover the other 2, and I'll just throw down some suppressive fire because I think he'll only take maybe 1 more blast, and the other 2 I'll hit the next guy over. All right, that's it.
Okay. All right. Then that'll bring us back to the environment, the initiative 30 here. Right now, there's only 1 valve currently open, so the water raises another 6 inches, bringing us to a total of 1.5 feet currently. Not enough to reach the water level, of course. At this point, any halflings, including Gareb, that are in the water move at half speed. Norok, your speed will be halved when he gets to 3 feet. Arteme, Nazim, in 6 more inches will be enough that it's going to cut your speed in half. And And that is it as far as that bit. Do that in just a second here, and yeah, that's it. All right. So, as you had just mentioned, almost like you wanted them to show up, 2 more of these creatures appear out of the pumps and immediately spin around and try to spin these wheels here, opening these 2 valves. So now all 3 valves are currently open. They didn't attack you; they just reached for the valves at the moment. And that is it for their turn. Bringing us back to Pogo.
Pogo's gonna have a quiet second of ponder. Why does this place even exist?
You for all of that. You screamed and we didn't hear a word of it. It was all gibberish.
Yeah. Why does this room even exist? He's gonna grab the Eternal War statue, which should be pretty close, and he's going to spend 5 feet of his movement to put it in the alcove next to this. Does anything happen?
It does not.
All right, I'm going to. So this still have some more movement. I'm gonna put that back down. I'm gonna grab Corrupt. I'm actually gonna leave that one there, so it's gonna be right there. I'm gonna grab Corrupt Devour.
Corrupt and Devour?
Okay. Yeah, Corrupt and Devour, 5 to 15, 20. And I'll put it right here.
It does. That one, as soon as you place it in, so this is the first one you've actually seen, activate, but you drop the mural, or the bust rather, into place, and the mural begins to enliven and vibrant, the colors begin to actually fill in. It's no longer just sepia, but it's actually a colored mural when it finishes. It shows an illithid, looking at the beginning of Ceramorphostis as you had seen through Elena a long time ago. Right. Actually, hang on. I think Justin wasn't in the game yet at that point. The elven woman that you had seen corrupted by the illithid guys, the rest of you, looks. I mean, it doesn't.
On the island?
Yeah.
No.
Was there, wasn't he?
No, that was the warrior. That was right. That was right before. It was when you got. Well, you guys may have spoken to her again after the fact, but that was when you guys were at the Temple of Nerevarend.
Talking about the woman who was turning into a slow turning woman.
That is her. That's Olena. Yeah.
Yeah, Pogo was with us. That was.
Okay.
Also the warrior thing. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I was. So, oh, that's right. Okay, he was there for that bit then. That was. Sorry, I was mixing up when Nazim joined. Yep, I was mixing it up with Nazim when Nazim joined because of the warrior. Anyways, yeah. So it looks, she's in the beginning of Ceramorph, or being attacked to turn her into a Ceramorph, similar to Olena was. It's clearly that melted species though. And that's it, but it does fill in, and that one now looks different than the other 2, and that it's colored.
Alright. Well, Eternal War is not this one, and I'm going to point to this left one.
Enslavement.
We have Enslavement and All That Remains, and there's 2 more on the other side. I'm going to use my bonus action here, see, 5, 10, 15, 20... So basically, it'll take me my action to get back to the other side.
Sure.
Would Pogo remember what the 3 pictures on the other side was?
Maybe. I would. I mean, at least enough to have a general idea. Sure, that you could shout them to Sarah or whatever. Yeah, that's fine. If you, as Justin, want to click them and then describe them to Sarah, that's fine.
All right, let me.
He only saw them 10 seconds ago, not a week ago.
Like for Eternal War, since that one's not Eternal War. Okay, got it. I'm gonna grab Eternal War and I'm gonna pull it with me as well through.
Okay, as you move through. Okay.
Yeah, I think this one goes on the other side on the far, but I won't be able to. I can't move any further than that.
Okay. All right.
Has water reached our feet yet, or is it still getting over the?
It's about halfway up the board now.
Okay.
Up the little ramp.
That's my action, bonus action. Well, I'm sorry, that's my movement, my bonus action. Yeah, no, that's yeah, actually I gotta see other people. Yep, that's my turn.
All right, that'll bring us to Sarah.
Okay. So I'm going to grab Enslavement.
Okay.
And put it up on. Why can't I move?
If you have the bookmark clicked, you have to switch it back to the token control.
That's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, there's 3 more of those things up here, but I can't read what they say, so. Yeah. I think Enslavement might go up here also.
Since I'm going to go ahead and say that since we've made it canon, essentially, let's say that Pogo can climb through, that it is a hole, and therefore, if you hold one up, Sarah can reach through and touch it and tell you what it says without having to climb all the way through herself. I think that's fair.
I'll be honest.
You're putting it.
I wouldn't have gotten through that entire thing on my last turn, so I'm probably like in the fucking hole with the thing.
Grabbing the thing is it's not a very big space anyways. It is intended obviously for the statues to be able to pass through. So you plus a statue is testing limits, but let's say it's it's fine. You trying to put enslavement there, Sarah? Is that what you're trying?
Yeah.
Nothing happens. In fact, Justin Pogo had tried that right before you came into the room.
Oh.
You didn't know that.
That one I tried Eternal War, so that wasn't Eternal War.
Oh, was it? Okay, sorry. All right,
Yeah.
never mind then.
But now
Nothing happens either way.
It's not that one. I'll make my notes.
If you guys, so the murals, if you double click them, Sarah, do you see the ones I'm referring to? If you double click those, it'll bring up the full picture. Yeah. If you guys want to describe them a bit, the rest of the group can help. I don't mind. That's perfectly fine. Like I said, I kind of built in with that possibility in mind if Fox Nazim or Artemain Nazim or Norak want to assist.
Sure. So just to let you know, on my side, I remember there was a lithid and then like a bunch of tubes that looked like they had creatures in them. So like he's walking over a bunch of tubes. I don't really understand it because it looks like science and I don't understand science yet. Then one of them's like a mural of a guy that looks like it's just one of the illithid just staring at you. That's all it is, just him, and he just looks like he's got a comb over.
Let me clarify on that. He does not look like an illithid. He looks like a corrupted other species that has reached the end of it. Yeah.
Other species, that's right. More like kind of like a lithid, but softer features.
Well, you guys remember Squad Mage? You remember? You remember Squad Mage Bottle on the ship and how he was being transitioned into a Ceramorph over time? Same as Olena, really. It looks like that, like the final stages of that process.
And then the third one, it looks like some sort of battle, like a giant battle. That's why I grabbed Eternal War. Maybe it goes on the farther one, but it's gonna take me a minute to get there.
All right, Sarah. Anything else for your turn?
I guess I'll take all that remains over to the last mural. See if
Well, you can only do one, and you tested enslavement on that one already.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can
You do have one of them is done on your side already. The corrupt one is done.
Yeah. Can I grab it and drag it over there?
I
not,
mean,
like,
that's
it's not like put it up there, but at least get my movements worth over there.
That's fine. With you guys being in there, I was kind of rolling the whole the action and movement all into the same thing as making one attempt as part of it. But that's fine. You can be in place to start another one. Yeah. You're grabbing which one? All that remains to the far one.
Yeah, I want to try it down here.
All right. Then it won't. Yeah, the moving it is a little more complicated, so you can just walk to the end. That's fine. And then we'll pick that up on the next turn. All right, that brings.
The wall.
If you go one south and then to the east, it'll let you around it. But there you go.
There we go.
The shadow horrors start spinning the wheel, of course. Never mind. They don't get their action when they spawn. So I had said that they started spinning them already, but on their turn, they still have to spend their action to do so. That's what he's doing now. Norak, it is your turn. So the middle one is still actually off. The far left one is now on. The far right is on. Meaning, if you were to kill this orange guy before he could spin it, then it won't. It doesn't actually matter until initiative 30. But if you're able to kill him, then that one won't get turned.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can get him in.
Okay. You did apply your heal from the healing spirit, right?
Yeah, it was 11, right?
Yeah. Okay. 20 hits. $25. All right. Yeah, we can't have as much as it would be nice for you to roll. Just roll all of your attacks because of your great weapon master, and sometimes they're frenzied and all this other shit that they all have to be done individually. Nazim's are nice that way. At least all of his Eldritch Blasts are the same. So, 16 will hit.
Okay.
All right, another 20. That's a good roll. The heart begins to beat.
I will swing again.
You didn't apply your fatigue from the last one, your exhaustion level, from the main part, did you? From 2 weeks ago, last week, I think it was last week, might have been the week before.
I don't think I used it last week because we were in here doing this. I haven't used it yet here.
But it was the week before. It was still the same day when you used it, didn't you?
Okay.
I thought you used it.
I can't remember, honestly.
Okay.
Because when was the last time we slept in the game, though? I can't remember. Was it before we came here?
Yeah, right before, yeah. I mean, it was... You woke up 2 hours ago at this point.
Okay, then I don't think I've used it since then. Because this is the only action we've had was down here with the Shadow Horde, right, since then?
Yeah, but didn't you use it in the main room before teleporting into this one? If you didn't, that's fine. I don't remember, to be honest. I thought you did, but I could be wrong.
Okay, I can't remember either. What was in the main room? I'm sorry. Again,
it was more of these guys. You guys were you were running away from these guys until you ran through the teleporter, and that brought you into this room.
Okay, I don't remember using it. I don't think so.
Okay, no, you're fine. You're fine. All right.
I don't think so. But
yeah, I mean, it's your character. You'd remember it better than I would, I imagine. So, 16 hits for the third hit.
Okay. But I definitely have to use it after this, obviously.
Yeah. You used your for the bonus action attack in this fight, so
yeah.
All right, another 14. Now, technically, you still have your bonus action attack if you want it,
which I will try to do now.
All right. All right, 16. Oh, that's an attack. Yeah, that'll hit.
Sweet.
All right. He is almost a third of his health. He is pretty bad, roughly cut into from that. That was bonus action and movement, or attack rather. You still have some movement. You staying there?
I'm just gonna stay here.
All right. That brings us to his turn. He is going to spend his action spinning that wheel right over Garrub's head and trying to avoid your swings as he does so. And that will be it for his turn, because that takes his whole action. He doesn't have any useful bonus actions. It is Garrup's turn. Garrup is going to spend his strength check and try to stop the wheel there. He doesn't really have... Oh, well, he's not very strong. Yeah, he's going to try anyway. Yeah, definitely not with that. All right. I can't get him. I can't make him stop. We need help. And he's kind of looking over at Artemae and beginning to duck, expecting. Your turn, Fox.
To use my sunbeam again.
Okay. You can fire directly over Garrup's head. He's only 3 feet tall, so you can fire over his head if you choose to. You've got one on the right still.
I'll move my healing spirit back a bit.
Okay. Your healing spirit's well, yeah, I mean, you can have concentration on both. That's fine. Because the Wood Sage is chorus. Move her where when you say back? You're aiming to the right? So there's 2 shadows on the left and 1 on the right. Are you aiming at the one on the right then? Is that what you're moving your spirit so that you can hit the one on the right without hitting the spirit?
That was gonna hit the thing.
Okay, so look at the map, Fox. There are 2 shadows on the left, and there's 1 shadow on the right. The one on the right is very small, but you said move the spirit. So are you saying move the spirit so that you can hit the small one, the one on the right?
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna hit the 2 on the other side. So I'm gonna hit it, but I'm still moving the spirit towards me to get a heal.
Oh, okay, I see. All right, so sorry, because you were rolling at the same time, I thought you were saying move the spirit so that you wouldn't hit the spirit and could target that guy. I gotcha.
I'm trying to move the spirit, but it's not moving.
I thought I might have to fix that since the update. You'd be able to get it between you and Norok if you wanted both. Is that what you're aiming for? Okay. Garrup is not injured at the moment, so he doesn't really need it. But you can aim over Garrup's head to hit the 2 on the left then. Let me go ahead and roll the saves for them. Oh, shit, I meant to roll that with disadvantage. He still fails anyways. And the other... also fails. All right, so let's see, what is that? All right.
He's going this way, to clarify.
Yeah, I figured right off to the left to hit both of them. You're trying to hit both, I assume, right?
I'm trying to hit both without hitting Norok or Garrup.
Yep, yeah, that's fine. You can aim straight over his head and get both of them in a line, so that'll work fine there. All right, I think that is going to be... Yeah, that definitely wipes out this guy. So the orange one, who has just managed to spin that wheel just barely, now leaving all 3 valves open. So all 3 of them are now spitting out water. That one is exploded and dead. This one has not been hurt yet, is well below bloodied. But these guys have a lot of hit points. You guys are just hitting him with things that they're weak to, so they're...
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah, it's a, dealing short work of them, which is nice, but they only need 1 action, obviously, to spin one of these wheels. So all 3 of these are spitting out water. It is almost the end of the round here, and the water's going to go up by 6 inches for 1.5 feet for each valve. Or, well, sorry, 1.5 feet if all 3 valves are open. So keep that in mind. All right, so that was action. Any bonus actions? I guess you moved her with bonus actions. So any movement, Fox?
No.
All right, that'll bring
I
us to
have
the
a
blue
clear
guy.
view of all 3 of them, so I could just keep using Sunbeam on whichever. Actually, wait, hang on. If I were...
If you what?
Sorry, if I were to move, like, beside where Nazim is, would I be able to hit all 3 of them?
If they're lined up for you, yeah. I mean, the valves are lined up, yeah. So, I mean, you theoretically could. I mean,
So I'm
you
gonna
wouldn't...
move here.
Okay, yeah. So you're there for next turn, you mean, right?
Yeah, for next turn. This way here, I could just use the Sunbeam on all 3 valves where
Sure.
this stuff is.
You may need some, cooperation with the rest of the group to not hit them also, but yeah, you definitely can.
Yeah.
All right, this one here is still at the wheel there. He spent his action to click off the immovable rod and throw it, and now he is trying to kind of spin the wheel and hold it in place. It's still open. It's been open this entire time, but it was stopped when the rod was in place. But he's just spinning it until it's fully open. That is, that's it for his turn. Brings us to Nazim.
All right, so either attack or shut this thing off. So we're going to have to thin these guys out. I'm going to finish this guy out with 1 Eldritch Blast for now. Hopefully he goes down with 1 shot.
Okay.
Target him really quick here. There we go. All right.
That'll hit.
All
Thanks
right,
for taking the time to do the little target thing too. I like this.
There you go.
I appreciate the additional effort there. Thanks. You click it. Oh, that's cool. You guys seeing that? Or did the dice disappear for you, or do you see it?
They disappeared.
Okay, I can pick it up and throw it around. I didn't notice that. Like I literally I can pick up the dice and swing it around. I guess you guys don't see it at all anymore, huh?
I just see you clicking the circle thing.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Sorry, Nazim. Go ahead. 15 damage to him.
Yeah.
He is barely there. He has 3 hit points left.
All right, 1 more swing then. Should do it. And this should do it.
Oh, shit. I do not remember that video, G. I remember, him screaming that from MTV and stuff. I don't remember seeing that before.
I just remember that because that was on Beavis and Butthead on one of the episodes.
Oh, was it? Okay.
So, yeah.
That'll do. That is more than enough, Sako. He is obliterated.
All right, and there's no way for me to flip this, spin this thing closed because I just used my action, huh?
Yeah, so here's the tricky bit. I was kind of using Norok's stature as an excuse to allow him to spend one of his attacks with his multi-attack as a means of intervening on the wheel. Eldritch Blast isn't really the same thing. I don't know. It's... You know what? Here, what we'll do, I think if you want to use it in place of one of your Eldritch Blasts, we'll just do a strength check for you. For Norok, it's kind of automatic just because of his size. But I think a strength check for you is still fair. It won't be a high DC, we'll just call it a 10. So just make a strength check and get higher than a 10. And if you do that in place of one of your Eldritch Blasts, then we'll call that a success. All right? So you managed to stop that wheel then. Fox, I'm going to move you just real quick and I'll put you right back. I just need to grab this. I'll just put it... I need him to be kind of out of the way where you guys can still see it. That should do. All right, Fox, I'll put you back. All right, so that one is closed. Nazim managed to close this one. Your turn is about to end, Nazim. There are 2 valves open. Anything else? Is that it for your turn?
me see bonus actions here. Shove, masteries, far step. I think I'm going to be okay here for now.
All right.
Let's prep for the next one.
Okay. All right, that brings us back to initiative 30. To begin the round, the water filling the room rises by another feet, bringing it 2.5 feet. It is now 1.5 feet beneath the electrical box on the wall. At this point, Arname and Nazim, that was a good time to move, Fox, because now your speed is halved. Sorry, Nazim is still actually, it's not 2 feet over your feet. It's now 6 inches over your feet. So your socks are now wet, Nazim. But Arteme, you are 2.5 feet into the water, so your speed is now halved. So it was good, good that you moved before that occurred. Inside the room there was Sarah and Pogo. It is nearly to the top of the ramp, so the next one is going to reach the top of the ramp, and then you guys are going to start getting water in there too. That is it for that bit. 2 more of the shadows spawn. Nobody's being shocked yet, but 2 more of them spit out of the walls here. Again, I made the mistake of saying that they started turning the wheels as soon as they appeared. They don't actually until their turn, so they don't have an action basically when they first appear. And they are in the tracker. There we go. And that is it for their turns, bringing us to Pogo.
It's really not so bad in here. This room is kind of comfortable. I wonder if the other people are doing okay. All right. I'm getting a little frustrated. I am going to cast Animate Objects on the 3 in front of me, the one I have in my hand, and the one I can see through the barrel. So I made it through the barrel. I'm going to go ahead and cast Animate Objects on these 5.
Okay. Do you need to be able to see them? I guess you kind of can. It'd be
within range that aren't being worn or carried.
Okay.
So what I'm going to first do is, instead of using my movement, I'm going to use the movement of the animated object that I brought over, which was Eternal Roar, to just have it go to the end and put in its position over at the end.
Okay.
If I can't see that it did anything, I would also move. So can I tell if anything happened?
You drop it in the location that you expect, where basically where it should be for that far one, and you can't. There's no illumination, but there's a little bit of a difference in the reflection of light that gives you the impression it must be filling in with color.
So I noticed something changed, not positive.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yep. Yeah.
I am going to go ahead and taking the. I still don't know what these 2 say that are still up here. So I am going to first, since they have their own movement now, I'm going to put them in the one on the left, in the stall on the left on the top, and the one on the right in the stall in the middle on the top, just to see if anything happens.
Okay. So just in line where they're at, the one on the left is going in the leftmost in Mural A, and the one that Justin can read that says Seeking Hope is going in Mural B.
Yes.
Okay.
I can't read that, but Seeking Hope's going in Mural B. Our last defense is going in Mural A, because I can't read those yet. So
Pogo can't, but Justin can. So just for Jeremy's clarification.
Pogo has no idea.
Yeah. You drop both of those in, nothing happens.
All right, and then they're going to use the last of their movement to switch them.
Okay. All right.
Got 2 out of the way right
That's totally fair. No, that's totally fair. That's an absolutely worthwhile and creative use of animate objects. So I definitely will not.
Does anything happen when they're switched?
Yep. Nothing happens when they switch.
Fucking shit! They don't have much more movement than that, so I'm gonna put them to the side. And now I control enslavement as well.
Okay.
Let me see. Pogo would probably. Might as well try it. Seeing these one, he's gonna move enslavement to Mural A.
Okay. Let me grab that.
And those are all the ones that I control. I can't see
all right.
the other one.
You drop enslavement into Mural A, and it begins to fill in with color as well.
All right, and I'm just gonna scream through the holes. All right, I've got 2 out of the 3 up here, but I need one that goes with a picture that looks like like an elithid kind of, something that's changing into one of those creatures. It looks like an octopus, but it's just a portrait. It's like a nice portrait, like a presidential portrait. It's strange. Don't like it. I'll be sending the other 2 down to you. And actually, I guess I still have my movement, even though the other ones are done. I'm gonna go ahead and grab our last. I'm gonna grab our last defense. I don't know that's what it says.
Yeah.
Grab it.
Just you're grabbing one of them, sure.
I'm gonna move it down to the south. So
okay.
I'll use my action and my movement to grab that one.
Okay.
Oh, okay, myself.
I did it for you.
Oh yeah. And then I'm clicking. I'm dragging it. I'm bringing it back down to the bottom part.
Okay.
And
Oh, you're moving to the bottom as well?
well, I don't know. I can't throw it through the hole, right?
No, but you can set it in the hole so Sarah can grab it. That's the intent. But either way is fine.
All right, I'm gonna push it. Well, because I still have a decent amount of movement. I will bring it down.
Okay.
And I still have control of the other one, even though it's on the other side of the wall. But I'm gonna go ahead and bring it down. Oh, she's already all the way at the end too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see. This one, I don't know what it says, but we currently don't have anything in this one mural D, right?
Correct. Yeah, mural D does not have one.
I'm just gonna take this one. I don't know what it says. I'm gonna take our last defense.
Okay.
I don't know. Pogo doesn't know what that is, but I'm just gonna put it in this one right next to me and see if it does anything.
All right. You drop it in there, and it.
Motion I have.
Yep, it fills in with color.
Oh shit! I'm not gonna lie. Justin actually wasn't sure if that was the right one. Cool. That's my turn. That's that. I've moved all of my things. So.
All right. So you guys now have 4 of them. There's only 2 left of the 6 that still need to be filled in. So, Becky, if you were talking during any of that, you were muted. Did you get a new headset, Becky, or is it just cutting out still? All right. Well, we're not hearing Becky at all, so I'm guessing it's the same headset.
Seriously?
Yeah, I thought it had been fine all night, but I haven't heard you in a while, so I wasn't sure if it was cutting out or just muted or what.
Nope, we're good.
All right, your turn. What are you doing?
So I'm gonna look at the bottom of this. It says all that remains, and based off of what Pogo said, it is going to the other side. So I'm running it back to Pogo, which is 30 feet of movement.
You see Pogo in the room with you now. He climbed through the barrels again.
Did he bring?
Look what I did. I don't know what it says, but it did something. I'm very proud of myself.
Wait. Okay, are there any other statues in here? Did Pogo bring the other one in, or is it still on the other side?
One more up at the top, and I have control over it for my next turn. And then there's one down here that must go up to the top, because the one on the top definitely doesn't go there. And I'll explain that to you.
Yeah, he was shouting that whole time. So even if Becky was muted, we'll assume that Sarah understood.
Yeah. So there's one up there, and it doesn't go in anything there. So it's got to go down here. I just couldn't bring both of them.
So can I bring this one? Can I use my full action movement to bring this one up into the other room?
You mean dash? Yeah, I'd say that. Yeah, if you're going to use your action to dash, yeah, you won't be able to place one because that would still take an action, but you can take it with you to the other side.
Okay, then I will.
That work?
Yeah, so I will take it up there and look
I'll go ahead and move you
at
through.
the mirror. Thank you.
There you go. Now you can go ahead.
I'm gonna give
with
her
your
a
dash,
little
you'll still be able to.
smack on the ass going through because I'm so happy right now that I did something that worked.
That you felt proud that you guessed. You took a random guess and it worked.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to get it to Mural B, but not be able to place it in there.
Okay. And that was the one that you dragged with you from the south, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm going to set it just so that it's marked. I'm going to set it right there. It's not actually in place yet, but you've got it, with you for the start of your next turn. Okay. Then if your turn, bonus actions. There was action and movement, obviously.
I'm assuming these statues weigh more than, 10 pounds or whatever.
They're not super heavy. They're mostly historical decoration. They're not actually a bust.
So could I use a mage hand to start moving the other one through the tunnel?
They're probably heavier. Well, shit, you guys are only 3 feet. However, this is D&D strength rules, which are total nonsense. So.
That's why I asked about the weight.
Yeah, that's fine. I say that you could put it into the porthole so that so Pogo wouldn't have to climb through. He can just grab it through the porthole and then move it from there. I think that's a fair compromise.
That is my turn.
All right, I'll put that there then. And that brings us back to the shadows. This one he's already actually spun this one. It is still wide open, which means that now that he doesn't need to spend his turn spinning, he is going to do something real mean. Let's see, Fox, you still have... Oh, shit, we may have a problem here, Fox. You have Daylight and Sunbeam and Healing Spirit up. So you would have had to have dropped Daylight to cast Healing Spirit.
Wait, is Daylight concentration?
I thought it.
I didn't think it was.
Oh, maybe it isn't. I thought it was, but let's double check here. What that was pretty high level, isn't it? Let me find it again here.
Daylight is not concentration.
Okay, all right, cool. Never mind then. All right. Oh shit. Oh yeah, it's not high enough then.
I mean, half my level 2 spells are concentration.
Yeah.
All of my level 3 spells are
What's
thankfully
the-
not. I tried to balance it out between concentration spells and non-concentration
Yeah.
spells.
Yeah,
What's
that was
the one
definitely
that
smart.
you attack with? Not daylight. What's that one? The
Sunbeam.
Sunbeam.
Sunbeam,
I love
yeah.
that.
Especially when you got 3 of them lined up like this. So he can't. There's still enough shadows in this room, but he's not going to be able to get a decent line on everybody. He is going to teleport into shadows with his bonus action, and then shit. You guys are all like in, hiding spots where he can't hit anybody with his big shadow attack. You know what? I guess. I mean, he would know that Arteme is the biggest threat with her sunbeam, so he's going to teleport over here, and then use the rest of his movement to come around the corner to attack Arteme. If I can get him to face the right direction, there we go. All right. He did not spin the wheel. That one is still open on the far left, but it is not currently, occupied by any of the shadows. He's going to bite you first. Oh, sorry, he has disadvantage on that. Hang on. 19, which would hit. Here's a second roll for disadvantage. 21, so that one still hits, Fox. So for the bite, it is 24, and you'll have to make a concentration check, obviously. 24 would be 12, so you just have to beat a 12 with a concentration. You'll make Constitution save is what you'll click. And just beat a 12. Hey, that print finished. Okay. They're supposed to be in retroactive order in which you cast them, which means that your healing spirit drops. So you still have Daybeam, or Daybeam. You still have Sunbeam, but your healing spirit
Lighter of the Night Beam.
Yeah, really. I need to rewatch that series. Yeah. All right, and then 2 claw attacks. Did it do that automatically? Oh, when you applied the... Okay, well, that's good. That's exactly what... Okay, I'm glad that it did that. Oh, I think nobody else other than Fox sees that then, right? Fox, you saw that, but I don't think anybody else saw anything in the chat. Is that correct?
Yeah.
No.
That's cool. Okay, that's good.
Right.
That's so. It looks like they built in an automatic concentration check, but it doesn't matter that you guys didn't see it. It's just built in to only show it to the DM and to the player that's affected by it. But it's kind of cool that it added the extra reminder for the automation. That's what it
Okay,
looks
wait,
like there.
so you did the claw attack, and so I did the save earlier, so I don't have to hit that.
No. Well, you don't need to hit that one. Yeah, you already did that one. That's correct. You can ignore that one. But that was the bite attack, and then it has 2 claw attacks as well. So they're still at disadvantage because your daylight is still up. So here are the 2 claw attacks.
If it lands, I'll use my Ancestral Guardians.
Okay. 18, I think that still hits, doesn't it, Fox?
Yeah, my DC is 16 and 17.
Okay. All right, so here's the second claw attack. And then we'll make the saves here. All right, so 22, those will both hit. I'm going to roll the damage. And then when you apply that, it'll prompt for the saves. Jeez. All right, so that's going to be a 13, and the second one will be a 10. Go ahead and apply the damage for those. It's 26 and then 9.
Ouch.
Yep. Ben, I hadn't really factored in the thought of if that... what we'll do is if it reduces damage to 0, which, you'd have to roll real high, but if it reduces damage to 0, then there wouldn't be a prompt for a concentration check. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I think that's fair, right? Wait, 17, it shouldn't be that high. Oh, you did 35 total. I see what you did. It shouldn't... Basically, that's fine. We'll go ahead and do it this way this time, Fox. You added the 2 together, and that makes it only 1 concentration check that is actually a much higher than you would otherwise need to make. But because they're 3 individual attacks, it would have been 3 lower DCs to make. But it's okay. Go ahead and it'll still be a 17 for this time. We'll just do it that way, just because it's easy anyways. So go ahead and click yourself, and then click that saving throw button. Not with a 12, unfortunately. Sunbeam loss of concentration as well. You can always recast it. It'll just cost you another spell slot, of course. But you lose
It's
concentration.
a level 8th spell, which I don't have any more slots, so I can't recast. Is 5th level?
It didn't seem... I don't think it was the newest ones you got, was it? It seemed like it was lower level than that.
I'm sorry,
I don't remember
6th
adding...
level. So
Okay,
I could do it as a 7th or an 8th level.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was pretty sure it wasn't your newest level of spells. So.
No, I mixed up Sunburst and Sunbeam.
you have so many of these ridiculous, spells where there's 130 or something like that. It makes sense. All right, so that's done. That is it for his attacks and everything. You actually have to make a DC 18 save as well. DC 16 Wisdom, sorry. So click on yourself and then scroll up until you see Claw, and then click on Saving Throw, that DC 16 Wisdom. Ben, you're up next.
Which one?
Oh, sorry, Ben, you didn't. You still have to roll your Ancestral Guardians as well. Fox, scroll up in the chat until you see Claw, and then make sure you have yourself selected, and then click the Saving Throw, DC 16 Wisdom. Ben, go ahead and roll if you click the damage on that button in your Ancestral Guardians, because that'll reduce the damage that Fox takes.
And it does damage to a dude.
Yep. Hell yeah. All right, Fox. So you are not, well, you would have been nice for the concentration, sure, but at least you are not feared by it. You basically took 16 less damage than that initial roll. So go ahead and heal yourself for 16 if you want, Fox. It wouldn't be enough to bring it to 0, so you still have had to make the concentration checks. But that is done. Then it does that 16 to the enemies, right, G?
Yeah, and force damage.
Good. All right. So he is injured by that as well. He's definitely in rough shape at this point. That is it for his turn. Bringing it to your turn, B. RG.
All right.
Water is at 2.5 feet, so the next time it rises, it's going to be reducing your speed as well.
Are Pogo's socks wet?
Not yet. So it's basically just
Damn right.
it's getting to the top of the little ramp area now. If it raises again, you're going to start getting water in the room.
Would I be able to, as an action, I don't know if it would work, but close the valve that I'm in front of and then attempt to grapple the Shadow Whore in front of me, or would that be 2 different actions?
Grapple is not an attack action, that is the entire action. So yeah, it would be a separate thing. It's not in place of one of your attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, then I'm just going to... Actually, yeah, then I will... Can I use one of my attacks to close the wheel and then use the other one in the bonus action to attack him?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay, then I'm going to close the wheel
So
first.
before, let's see. I don't want to give the farm away by saying this, but because I've told you already that you can use one of your one of your attacks essentially to turn a wheel, you have more movement now than you're going to in a moment here, and you could potentially reach more than one wheel if you chose to.
Okay. Then that's what
But you're not going to be basically. I'm telling you that now because it's basically the last opportunity you're going to have for that. The water's going to be too high here in a moment for you to be able to pull that off in the same turn.
Okay. Then I will, if it's okay, then I will close this wheel, and then if it's still possible, use a disengage, and then walk over and close the other wheel, or is that too much?
It won't be a disengage. Disengage would take your action, yeah.
Okay. Well, then
So,
I'm just going to close this one, and then just attempt to... opportunity attack, blah blah blah, and go over and close this one if that is possible for my turn.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, then I will
So
do
he
that.
will try to bite you as you run away. Coward Norok
I know.
running away.
Whatever.
20 will hit.
Okay.
So you will take 17 and a half. So if you just click yourself and right click that 17 and then apply half damage. And you still, that wasn't all of your movement, and you still have your your bonus action, whatever, your third attack and your bonus action attack right now because of the Frenzied Rage. So,
Okay.
but that's 2 wheels that are closed. That makes
That
sense.
work right? The
Yeah.
damage?
Yep.
Okay, sweet.
I saw it pop up. Yep.
Okay. And I still had a couple feet, right? At least enough to do that?
You had enough to turn around, yeah.
Okay. And then I will see if I can hit dude over here.
This one is on. Wait, Nazim, did you close that? You did, didn't you? I forget. Did you close that wheel, Soko?
No, I don't think
Yeah.
I
Okay.
did.
Okay. I didn't think so. I just wanted to make sure there. I gotta drop it there so it'll be bumping Sarah or Artemis out of the way a little bit.
Okay.
Actually, wait a second. Is that the one that I used my? I only shot 2 Eldritch Blasts and then used the third to close the wheel, and then I rolled 18.
Thanks, G. Did you? Okay, that's what I was looking
Yeah.
for. I remember we talked about it, but I wasn't sure if you'd actually done it. Okay.
Yeah, I think you allowed me to do it with the strength check for the
Yeah.
third Eldritch Blast, so it was
Okay.
closed.
All right. Well, in that case, you guys are in better shape than initially thought because that's all 3 wheels that are closed right now.
Okay, cool.
All right, because Ben closed those other 2. So that hits G. 13. This one had not been injured yet, so. All right, and then are you going to do your bonus action attack as well?
Yep. Also going to use my Tribal Fury to add an extra dice on this attack.
Okay. Another d6. 22 will hit. There probably is a way for me to help you speed up the all of your individual attacks and shit, but every single one of them have like all these special rules and everything.
Yeah,
so.
you got to press all these buttons and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it makes it more fun. It makes the barbarian more interesting to play, certainly, because otherwise it would just be, roll a couple dice and then your turn's over. But,
Yeah.
All right. So another 21 to him. That is that. If your turn.
That will do it.
All right. He is going to. It is his turn now. He is going to immediately grab the wheel and yank it again after you just spun it and open it again. That is his entire action. I mean, that's their whole purpose in this. Obviously, they can attack if the wheels are open, but otherwise, they're trying to keep the wheels open to drown you guys.
I feel like they need to unionize because this can't be a healthy work environment.
Yeah. There's OSHA violations all over this place. All right, bringing us to.
I turn wheels.
All right, that brings us to Garup. Garup. Well, the other two are already close. He'll go ahead and try to take a shot at this one that he's facing, but there's one behind him. He's going to assume that Norok will protect him. And we'll take a light crossbow shot at the orangey colored one. That'll hit. All right. Gareth actually got to hit something for once. Hey, and he rolled well too. All right. That is it for his turn. Is it some Ninja Warrior shit?
Yeah, I think it is actually.
All right. And the other Shadow Warrior is doing the same thing. He's going to spin that wheel open. It takes his whole turn, of course, so he doesn't get to attack, but he's going to spin that wheel. So that is two wheels open, and we have Arteme, you're up next here in just a moment. In fact, now, and then Nazim, and then we hit initiative 30 again. So basically, you guys see the combat tracker when the round is over. So after Nazim, that's when everything happens. So
It happens, yo.
Yep. What you doing, Fox?
I'm using Sunbeam.
All right.
The 3 near the or the 2.
Yep.
Mind you, but,
Yeah, you can get it. You can get a line on them, and Norok placed himself conveniently where he's not going to get hit in the face with a sunbeam. All right, let me roll their con saves with disadvantage. Natural 1 again. That's 2 of them got a natural 1 in this save.
Are they within 30 feet of me? Oh,
Did-
that's right. Back
Oh.
God, I'm not paying
Dude,
attention.
both of them. Yeah, both of them got natural. That's 3 times now that these horrors have gotten natural 1s on their save for that. So, all right. So that is Fox did not roll well. She got 3 1s and a 2, a 7 and a 4. Unfortunately, not great, but thankfully it's still double damage. So, still a decent chunk against both of them. And of course, you have concentration back up on that now too. Of course, for future rounds there, Fox. All right, so that is action. Any bonus actions or movement?
no.
All right. And that will bring us to Nazim. What you doing, Sako?
All right, I will start killing this orange one right in front of me here. The valve is open, so I know if I try and shut it, he'll just try and reopen it again.
Yes, that's true, but he had his turn already. So keep that in mind. And basically, they only get to try to spin it on their turn. That's all they can do. There is one Shadow Horde to the bottom right that is still injured that attacked Fox. He's not currently on a valve, and then there's those 2 that are that you see in front of you there. What were you gonna say, Jason?
I was just going to say, if you close this one right now, then it would stop 6 more inches of water from popping up, because it's about to end the round, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it's up to you, though. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, that's actually what I was thinking too. I was just going to burn the turn to shut the water off and buy a little bit more time for the water. Because
Okay.
once it starts hitting that electricity, we're going to start to get a little bit of damage.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage. But yeah, so you basically, I mean, in narrative, anybody can spend your entire action to turn it. But with your Eldritch Blast, if you want to use it as a strength check, you know what? It's only fair if I give that to Fox as well. So Fox, if you on your turn want to spend a strength check to try to turn the valve in addition to your casting of Sunbeam or something, that's fair. I think it's not a super high DC, but you get to make the attack. Yeah.
Okay.
Norok gets it
It's
automatic.
like,
'cause it's huge, so.
I'll try as like it'd be an ability check, right?
Yeah, it'll just be a strength check. All right, that did it. So on Fox's turn, then Nazim, she managed to shut this one, the one that you're standing next to. So
right.
that one is off, and now you still, now that she's done, or that's done. If you want to spend your whole turn for whatever else, you're free to do so.
Okay. Do you guys want me to knock out that smaller one, or start wailing on the big one? Because I've got the juice. I could probably kill the little one in one shot.
Yeah, and he wouldn't be able to go touch a wheel for now. So
The question is, we don't know if they keep spawning more, or if it'll spawn just a maximum of 3 each turn.
What do you think Jeremy would do?
I'm guessing there's more on the way. So if we
You
hang
see what I'm
out,
saying? Because if we keep adding 3 every turn,
It's been so far. It's been 2 every turn that have spawned. That's
Yeah.
so far that you've seen.
Okay.
So.
All right, I'm gonna keep sending these guys out. Do I have a clear shot around
Arteme?
Rotterdam?
Yeah,
To
you
the
can
lower right hand corner?
Yeah, you can kind of lean back and aim at him. That's fine. She's right next to you. If she was in front of it, it'd be a little harder.
All right, spin around here, and I will Eldritch Blast the first 2 to the lower right to see if it'll kill it.
All right.
Let me turn on the spells real quick. Sorry, I was shuffling some spells around here.
No problem.
All right, coming up. First 2 coming up. 1
Okay.
and 2.
Both hit.
Both hit. All right, damage for number 1. Damage for number 2.
Not quite enough. He is still intact, in very rough shape, but he's still there.
All right, third one's going to go to him as well.
All right. Hey, natural 20. All right.
That'll hit hard.
Yeah, you'd have to roll real bad for this to not kill him, so. That will do. He had 10 left, so he's dead.
Perfect. All right, so 1 down, and then no bonus actions yet.
All right. No movement either?
No, I don't want to incur the strike, the bite.
Yeah. All right. You are... It was over your feet at this point already anyways. Now, ending your turn brings us back to initiative 30. The water, there's only 1 valve open, bringing it up by another 6 inches to 3 feet total. Sarah and Pogo, you see the water beginning to spill out across the floor in the area up there. Arteme, it's just over the soles of your shoes at this point, not into the socks just yet. You may be able to make it out in time without without sock damage, we'll see. Arteme and Nazim, it is bit like past, basically at waist height for you guys now, a little above for Arteme, and Garrep is like floating, like he's basically trying to keep his face above the water. Norok, you are at this point at half speed from the water raising, and of course, as you guys kind of expected, after we just had the discussion, 2 more of them pop out of the shadows inside of the framing here. Actually, this one is going to pop out from the wall over behind Arteme. There'll be 2 purple ones that'll make it a little more confusing. I mean, you know what? I'll just change this color real quick.
Man, throwing their lives away to spin a wheel.
Arteme, or Sarah
Well, they're
rather.
not real lives, they just
Yeah.
like kind of go to some other thing. But
Yeah. So Sarah, if Sarah were giving you the intuition on this, it's like when Shan dies, she doesn't really die.
goes to another-
These are literally the same kind of creature. They come from the same place and are made of the same thing. So.
We are gonna so murder these dudes when we find them. Everyone's
Alright.
getting murdered today.
All right, it is Pogo's turn. Oh, and it'll be a couple more minutes here, then I'll have to get started on the work thing. So I'll
I'm
do
gonna go
that.
ahead
So.
and just first yell really loud. I don't want to concern you, but my feet are starting to get wet in here. And then I'm going to use, I'm going to control the animated object from the other side. I'm just going to have it use its full motion, basically to get back to me.
Okay.
And then I am going to put it in I believe the middle stall is the only one that doesn't have it on this side, right?
So Sarah actually passed one through to you when you stepped away. She put the other one in the little vestibule area.
Okay. Well, then I'm
Yeah.
just going to have it move to I think it's the middle one on the bottom that doesn't have one.
It's the far right on the bottom that doesn't
Far
have
right
one.
on the bottom. Yep,
Yep.
I'm going to have it move all the way there. Again, don't know what it says, but I have used math and logic.
Deductive
Gotta
reasoning.
go there. I'm pretty
Sarah,
sure
Sarah, would you have told him what any of these said at any point?
So I would have read the other ones as I was like running by them, just like brushing my hands across them.
So that one, the last one that shows, one of these Gith, one of these melted people at the helm of a ship says "Seeking Hope" is the title on it. You drop it in, with animated objects, and it begins to light up. So all 3 on this side are lit up. Well, I'm saying lit up isn't right. They fill in with color is right.
Oh, yeah, they're
Yeah.
they,
they're not illuminated, but they're now have.
I'm trying to think what that thing was from that first movie that had color, where they went from black and white to color.
Oh, Wizard of Oz. You're talking about the Wizard of Oz, the color.
There's a word for it, but
yeah. Well, there was a brand. It's not a word. It was a made up company, like Color Vision or some shit. Yeah, that. Ben, do you remember what we're talking about?
Technicolor?
There you go. That's
There you
Technicolor.
go.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Okay.
Well done.
Well, Socko,
I'm gonna-
well, Socko and Ben remembered.
Okay, so I am going to, I'm just gonna go ahead and face the wall because I don't. Well, you know what? That's not my movement. She's only got one more to put, right? And I
Yeah.
haven't done my action, so I will actually use my motion to just get on the, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh wait, I have my. Oh yeah, I can do this.
With
I'm
your
gonna
with
use
your
my
bracer.
movement to
Yeah.
get to their side, and then I'm gonna use
Yep.
my action to. Or I'm gonna use my bonus action to use the extra movement from my
With your bracers?
my bracers, and I'm gonna use my action to put that one in the middle, so I can
All right.
actually get all of them or
All
both
right,
of them.
so you just shove Sarah out of the way and
No,
take it from
I
her.
give her a very, very nice words of encouragement in her ear. I'm just like, "You're doing great, sexy mama," and then I just put this in the wall like that. Like a weird one.
All right, you drop that one in. This is the label says all that remains, and it is the Sarah morphed Gith is what it is. The end of the transition into a
I'm also gonna make a small quip that just says, "Man, big head on these things, don't they?" Because of the
Oh, shit.
quote and the giant head.
Because is that what the joke was?
Yeah,
Good job,
it's
Justin.
a quote and the giant head, like really big head on these guys.
When you have to explain a joke, it was when Justin specifically has to explain it.
pretty
It's
good. It's pretty good.
All right. So all three are dropped in, or all six, I guess now. And I've got to go here in a second, just for a minute. But Ben, there is a blazing explosion of light over your left shoulder. You look in that direction. Both of the shadows that are caught in it are kind of shrink away from it and begin to kind of jump into the wall a little bit as that light appears. And one of that same style of portal that you guys had walked through earlier appears on the wall to the north.
All right, I'm gonna holler at everybody. Hey, portal's back up this way, and I'm gonna point to the north.
All right, and that will bring us to Sarah, but we need to take a quick break, guys. So we'll be back in just a minute.
See you in 10,
All right.
10 minutes.
10.
About 10. Yeah, it might be 10 to 15. Be right back.
Okay, guys.
We back yet? Native. Anyone back yet?
All right, we're back. When did you guys say?
Anyone back yet?
Yeah, we're back.
Cool. I'm guessing not everyone is back, but if you had the option to, and you're not going to gain any weight from it, how many pounds of nachos do you think you need in one sitting? I think I can do 6. I think I do 6 full pounds, and then we're talking like thick cheese, not like some bullshit thin cheese. Like 6 or 3 pounds of cheese, and then 3 pounds of nachos, of chips, plus other stuff, jalapenos, etc. But I think 6 or 7 pounds. What do you think?
Yeah, I could probably do plenty too. You could ask back. Yeah, you can eat quite a lot in one sitting,
I've heard
literally
you're
thousands of
Gaston.
calories at one time.
Yeah,
So,
I heard
Yeah.
you Gaston fucking throwing the egg market off in your district.
yeah, pretty much. So, yeah, I could definitely do a hurting on some nachos for sure.
Oh, man, it sounds so good. I saw a meme about nachos, and I can't stop thinking about like. Because I want to make. I don't physically have what I would need for it, but I wouldn't mind eating an entire massive oven tray of nachos.
Seriously.
6 inches high, nice 12 by 20 inch pan, just filled.
It's like the ultimate stoner food, you know, for the patient ones that could actually use the oven when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Make nachos, you know. So
Yeah, that followed with a peanut butter jelly sandwich and golden.
there you go.
When I had COVID, the only 2 things I could eat for the first few days was peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And we don't eat peanut butter jelly. So like this was like we had to order peanut butter, jelly, and bread to get delivered just to make these sandwiches, and then macaroni and cheese. Those are the only 2 things I could eat. Everything else was like, ugh.
Could you even taste it, or was it just the only thing that didn't
You
make
can
you sick?
taste it. I mean, I think that's the beauty of those 2 foods is that like those preservatives just push past whatever COVID does to your tongue.
Yeah, that's true.
fake cheese powder, you can taste that. Like you could be half a foot in the grave and still be like, that's some fake cheese powder.
And it's a good paint stripper too in an emergency.
Yeah. How about you? How many pounds of nachos, like thick nachos, half chips and then half toppings? How many pounds of nachos could you eat in one sitting? I'm thinking 6 or 7. Ben could probably do 8 or 9.
Probably. Why you stock up?
Back in the day, at least 4, but
4?
now not so much. Probably like maybe 1.5. Like those Nacho Bel Grandes at Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm.
I could destroy 2 of those in one sitting with a little bit extra for like a taco or a burrito, but that's really it.
So you know what disappointed me? Like I used to eat Chipotle all the time. And I got Chipotle. I haven't had Chipotle in like 5 years. I went and got Chipotle burrito. It filled me up more than I thought. Like that's a weird thing, but like I used to be able to eat, pack it in, and it was like nothing. It was like the most filling burrito. I was like, man, this is. I'm a little like it's a little painful to get through. If I'm being honest, I was a little surprised.
Are they still the same size they were? They didn't start shrinking them like everybody else?
Now they're absolutely tiny now. We ordered one and it was it's half the size. It's like $12 for a damn burrito, and it's not even close to the size it used to be. Nowhere even close.
I don't think I
Yeah, they used to be huge.
Yeah, I vividly remember our trips to Chipotle at ACT and those big honking burritos and the tacos and like no way. They're like maybe just 60% the size now, if even that. Twice the price.
I remember being disappointed, so I remember. But I could definitely go down for some homemade nachos. A lot of it. Oh shit! I'm supposed to hit a button.
I just popped that up just now, just so I could tell when people come back or are back. All right, Fox is back. So Ben and Sako, I know you're there, obviously. All right, cool. All right, well, if everybody's here then. Oops. Shit. I think I just clicked it again. You can just click the close button if it's still there for you. All right, everybody back, ready to go? Becky, are you?
Yes.
There we go. All right. All right. It is your turn, Becky. What are you doing?
Great. So I'm 25.
You're staring at the. Oh, sorry. The door's opened again. The path down. But right now, it is almost entire like water to the. What's the top of a door called? Not the ceiling, obviously, but what is the top of the that part is what you're seeing in the water's
door
just
arch.
Yeah, I guess it is an arch, but like there's got to be a specific name for the door jamb, but the top half of it or the top portion.
We gotta go underwater.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the water is already to the top of the so basically it's almost entirely submerged, but you do see the flashing
water,
light of the
right?
portal.
It's called the head.
Is it called? Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's called the door header.
It's like rain sludge. This is not the active part of the sewer system. This is the old unused part, and the water pumping doesn't is not connected to it. It's basically like old moldy sludge though, so it's it's not good either.
Ugh. Oh god. All right. Well, I guess I'll dive breath and dive under.
All right. I mean, you are you can. No, actually, if you're 3 feet tall, the top of your head is still submerged as well. So yeah, you're having to swim into it, not just you can't get your feet on the floor to swim through, but you make your way under the arch there, the head of the door, and see the portal to the right of you. This is where you had seen the footprints going into, where they disappeared into the wall. There's another portal there that you can't see anything on the other side of it. Of course, it's just black void, but it is active. You guys should be able to see it on the map as well.
So that's my movement and my action to dash.
Okay.
I'm going to use my bonus action to use 2 of my sorcery points. And then I'm going to cast... Where did it go? Firebolt as my bonus action.
All right. Which one are you aiming at?
I'm going to...
The one in the middle that is, you actually can't see him. I guess you can only see one, huh? Okay.
Yep.
All right, easy enough then.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is. All right, for a 12 will just barely miss. This must be the first miss we've had on these guys. Still distracted and trying to keep your head above water in this disgusting sludge. the noble-born and clearly unhappy with the situation Sarah doesn't have her broom or anything else, trying to float in this disgusting water, misses her first firebolt.
Blaming herself right now for her dad being in the exact same position again because of her. So she's not here.
Funny how you might notice there's a little trend there, huh?
Yep. So she's just kind of self-deprecating, sitting in the corner, waiting for everyone to come this way.
All right. That if your turn then? No bonus actions?
Mhm.
All right. That'll bring us
That
to
is my bonus action. It took my action to dash to get out there.
But Firebolt isn't a bonus action.
But I used 2 sorcery points to quicken
Oh,
it.
that's what you're... Okay, I'm sorry. I heard you say that too, and yeah, sorry. Still distracted with work stuff. All right. The Shadow Horde that is to the south of you that you just tried to hit immediately spins this valve there and then floats in your... through the water. The water clearly does not affect it in your direction. It doesn't... it can't attack you, but it is definitely prepared to aggress you. After it opened this valve here, and that is it for its turn. Norok, it is your turn.
All right. Time to start getting the hell out of here. So I am going to get out of here and then take this guy's opportunity attack. So
Okay.
hopefully he won't be able to use. Well, he won't be able to use it on one of the other 2 Nazim or armaments over there. So and I am going to. I'm just gonna. Yeah.
Did you cut out there, or you're still thinking?
Yeah, I'm just thinking, because I could hit this guy and just go up there because I'm at half movement. I probably shouldn't run through the portal yet in case one of you guys gets hurt or something, so I'd rather not be running too fast. So actually, I'll attack this guy first, and then I'll move.
Okay. So you got your 2 regular attacks plus bonus action, and if you hit, obviously, potentially your other attack from the sword. You rolling, G?
Yeah, I'm just slow.
Ooh.
Oh,
All right, now with that.
that's... Alright, I'll try again.
I think you're just a little further out than 30 feet from me.
All right, 17, that'll hit.
Right.
All right, 17 damage. He's past bloodied.
Yeah,
But still-
Sorry, I was gonna say use my bonus action attack.
Okay. Hey, there you go. Making up for it.
Yay!
That is still 2, even though it is a bonus action attack. It is still 2, so the heart does light up. Oh shit! All right. Good hit with the crit on there. All right. He is itty bitty now at this point, shrunken almost to nothing. The heart does light up if you want to use it, or you can use it for the the hasted action on it.
Yeah, I'm actually just going to use that. And if I use disengage, does it take up his take up his reaction, or does he not even try an opportunity attack? Because I want to take up his opportunity.
He would
attack.
still, it would still spend his reaction in an attempt to do. If basically he would still choose to do so, whether because he doesn't know that you chose to do disengage.
Okay.
And therefore he would still potentially attempt to do so. It doesn't mean that they always will spend their reaction on that, but
Okay.
yeah, he would basically not factor that into his decision.
All right. And like just the extra dice from brutal critical roll automatically on there.
It rolled 5d6, and your base is 2 for a 2d6,
Yeah,
so I
so
think
it
so.
did.
That's just so I think that's the extra one in there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then I'm going to disengage
Okay.
for the extra action from the sword, and then I'm going to.
It isn't an extra action. It has limitations there. I don't remember what they all are, but I think disengage is one of them. It is receive a second reaction, receive a second bonus action, an extra free attack, double your movement speed for this turn, or focus the next attack at a target weak point, increasing the odds of making a crit, which is a crit on a 17+. So there's no disengage in there for that.
Okay. And then I'll just move anyway.
All right.
So I'm getting out of here.
All right. So he will attempt to make his opportunity attack as you leave his aggression.
All right.
His aggression radius or whatever that thing is called. 18.
That is my DC, so it hits, right?
Yep.
Okay.
All in half. 21, so it'll be 10. So if you click yourself and then click that and apply half damage. But if your turn.
That is it.
All right, that'll bring us to that one, actually, who is... The valve is already open. He's going to go ahead and attack, just throw everything at Garrep here. Garrep isn't particularly strong, but he hasn't been hit much, so he's going to see if he can eat him with a natural 20.
Did you just say eat him?
Yeah. I mean, what do you think their end goal is? If they killed you, they would eat your corpses for sure. With 48, that is already really bad. And he still has 2 claw attacks to go. There are screams from Garrep as he's being eviscerated by this thing. 2 claw attacks. $15 and shit, another natural 20. His AC is 6. Garrep's AC is 16, so one of them misses, but the crit obviously hits.
I can't see him, can I?
He is around the corner from you.
No, the creature. Can I see
No,
him?
you can't. Yeah, he's also around the corner. Shit. Hang on, can you? No, you can't. Yeah, he's he's literally like probably less than 5 feet.
Nope. Yep.
Yeah, just barely outside of. All right, crit on that. Shit. All right. Well, let's see. Sarah, Arteme and Nazim are the only ones that can see him. This creature is just tearing away at him, almost like a shark underwater. With Garrep trying to swim, keep his head above water as he's being torn apart. You see his head disappear into the water. You don't know anything more than that at this moment. That is it for his turn, bringing us to Garrep. Okay, all right. Here's the situation. The players can tell that he's not dead because I didn't apply anything to him, but your characters don't know that. You just know that his head has disappeared underwater. The trouble is he's a relatively smart person, but in a panicked moment, he would probably still try to get away, which would provoke an opportunity attack. Justin, roll a percentile dice for me.
All right.
Okay. All right. In the water, he doesn't really have any other choices. He is going to. Oh shit! He should have unused that. Yeah. Okay. So he would have used Uncanny Dodge to spend his reaction for one of those attacks. I haven't played a rogue, so it has been too long.
Yeah.
He's going to have that last one, which would bring that crit back, so he is not in as bad of shape as he previously, or as I believed it previously. He's not going to move, though. He's going to stay there and make an attack, because he's less at risk of death here. He's going to try to fight back instead of just trying to flee. And he rolls a natural 1. Great. Well, all right, that's it for his turn. Blue Shadow is going to attack Arteme. Oh, shit, I forgot to roll that with disadvantage for Arteme. 18. All right, Fox, the bite. Bite still hits. So that's a 15, Fox. Go ahead and apply the 15 and then roll the con save. Con save, you put Sunbeam back up, right? But that's the only thing you have up now, yeah. So if this hits, or if the check fails, then it would drop. You applying that, Fox?
Yep.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, DC 10. That's not too bad. All right, that saves. That's successful. And now it's 2 claw attacks. Damn it! I forgot to roll disadvantage again. Oh, natural 1, so that'll fail. All right, and then the other attack with disadvantage. Well, that's a 17. That's fine. We'll apply that here in a moment, assuming that was intended to be. Actually, never mind. That'd be a wisdom save for the. Fear.
That was the wisdom save because it says wisdom save, so yeah. I thought.
Yep, that's right. That's from the fear. So you succeeded at that. 15. Does 15 hit?
No.
All right. Then he does not successfully hit you, and the other is going to attack Nazim. Oh shit! He'd still be disadvantaged as well. Jeez. All right. 1 sec, Sako.
Mm-hmm.
The 18 will still hit. All right. Your AC is, even when you spend your reaction, 16, so that'll still hit.
Yeah, still too high.
All right. Here's the bite. 20 damage from that. And then here are the 2 claws. And then these will still be a disadvantage, but you'll have a wisdom save to make there. 13 does not hit. Oh, hang on. You have a choice here. Do you want to spend your reaction to make that miss?
Yes.
Okay, because your coelacanth cloak, your AC is 13 by default. If you use the coelacanth cloak, it bumps up to 16. It lasts for your whole
16.
turn. Yeah, It does take your reaction to do it, but you can do that anytime you want. All right, so that one misses then. All right, and then the last one, 15. All right, so that will not hit either then. All right, so no saves or anything else needed there because those claws didn't hit, so no chance of fear. All right, Fox, it is your turn.
So that's just the 11 damage, or
yeah, just the initial one from the bite, which was attack roll, damage. It was 20. It was 20.
Got it.
Are you them close enough to me for for an opportunity attack?
The one on the right is. The one on the left will be if you move to the left.
Okay. Just do my beam towards the valves again.
Okay. All right. That'll hit. You can aim at the 2. There's an orange one and then a little tiny purple one that is still alive there, barely. So you can hit both of them in one line. So you're aiming for? Is that a yes, Fox?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Then, yeah, go ahead and click that, and I'll do the saves. Disadvantage. 10 definitely fails, and 11, they both failed. All right, so 44 damage to each of them.
Nice.
Much better roll this time. The orange is blasted almost to nothing. The purple has no chance. He only had 8 hit points left after Ben hit him, so he's toast. All right, that one is gone. And, all right.
I'm going to bring up my choker as a bonus action.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it to attack the blue one.
Okay. Ben put a GIF in Discord there. I think you can actually drop those in. Don't do it because it would just, it'll get complicated fast, especially with all the chat and everything. But I think you can actually drop them in Foundry as well. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Discord is fine. I mean, that's what I mean is you can keep dropping them in Discord. That's totally, those are fun. I just meant that I think it actually works in Foundry as well. I just don't want to do it because it'll fill up the chat.
Want to mess the game?
Just scroll past them. Yeah. All right. So sorry, Fox. So that was the attack roll for the 16 is on the blue guy.
Blue guy, yes.
All right. 16 will hit. So go ahead and roll the damage for it. And that also causes illumination. So not that it matters right now, but in the event that it did. All right. 22. That is another 44 on the blue guy. All right. So that was bonus action and attack. Any movement? Or bonus action.
I don't want to give them an opportunity attack.
Okay. All right. That'll bring us to Nazim.
All right. I've had enough of these two. We're going to go ahead and turn on the gloves.
Okay.
Let me turn that on. So I have 2 Eldritch Blast attacks. I will begin the first 3 on the orange.
Okay.
Coming up. 1. Attack number 1. Attack number 2. And let's see if he dies with these.
All right. So those both hit. So go ahead and roll the damage for 2 then.
Damage.
All right. I think that is gonna. Is it? Hang on. No, it's. Sorry, I was thinking this was radiant. That's not radiant. He is still barely there.
All right.
Itty bitty little note right now.
The 3rd will go to him as well.
All right. That'll definitely hit.
All right. Damage.
He had 5 left, so just barely enough. So 3 over, but still enough. He's gone.
All right. Gloves. Powered up. Spinning over and casting all 3 on him as well.
All right. Both good so far. And all 3 good. Hell yeah. All right, max damage on that one.
Sorry,
keep going. You got 2 more.
Here.
Oh, you're fine. All right, another 10.
It's just that the Eldritch Blast is getting really high up in the chat. Click on it.
I mean, you can always roll it manually if you know what the dice are, but that's fine too. All right. He is still there, but definitely badly wounded at this point. All right, so that was action, and does it take a bonus action to use the glove? I don't think it does, right?
Yes, I think it does.
Find it
Yes.
again real quick here. The Lotharis, okay. Additionally, when you cast a cantrip while wearing the glove, you can use a bonus action on the same turn to cast a cantrip a second time. Yep, cool. All right, so that is it then for your turn. Well, you still have movement, technically, and you are not in range, so if you want to move, you can.
All right, I'm going to move and prepare to go to the next section. And you said that they threw my rod southwest, so
Yeah.
I'm going to start moving west.
Okay, well, hang
Right
on, your
next
speed's
to
halved.
this.
Hey, hang on. So you, sorry. So the water is at 3 feet. Never mind. It is not halved for you because your feet are dragging in it currently by 1 foot. So you actually still have your full movement at the moment.
Okay, so I will be right here, and
That's
I'm
20. So you have 10 more feet if you want it.
I think I'm okay here.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Oh, that's what the Avengers gif is. Using the glove. Nice. All right.
Yeah.
I have to be the bearer of bad news here, unfortunately. There are 2 valves open currently. The water was at 3 feet. That means that the water just hits 4 feet as these are the 2 of these valves are pumping in. This sludge. Unfortunately, right now, Arteme is, well above the waist at this point. The middle of torso at this point. Nazim, you still have your feet in the water, obviously, so you're still affected. Garrep is almost entirely underwater. Sarah, you didn't clamber up on Norak yet. You're next to him, but you're still underwater. Norak's in the everybody's in the water. The elevation of the water hits the electrical box. It isn't the end of the world potentially, but since you guys are already pretty wounded, this definitely could be really bad. All right, we did not roll good, or didn't roll good for the DM side, meaning for you guys, it could have been a lot worse. It's only 20 damage to each of you.
Not me though.
Not Pogo. Yeah, Pogo. Actually, well, shit, it did. Never mind. It is at 4 feet, and you have 1 foot of water up there. So yes, you too.
Damn it.
Yeah. So you are 1/3. In fact, you're half speed now as well.
Guys, I told you we're supposed to keep an eye on my socks.
Yeah, you're at half speed now too, because it's
con save for my. I guess it doesn't really matter too much, but I
for your
not in
animated
good
object.
shape.
Yeah, this could get dicey real fast if you don't get out of this room, because you guys were already low health. So
Did it kill any of the bad guys?
they're not affected by it. The water doesn't affect them at all.
Fuck these bad guys. Dicks. And is the water going into the portal?
It is, yeah. The water. Well, Nazim rather had asked that earlier if the water was pouring it onto the other portal, and it is. It's pouring through. So
Electricity doesn't affect him?
no,
Okay.
yeah. The water doesn't, and therefore carrying the electricity doesn't have any impact on them either. So, shit. You're not immune to electricity. I was thinking the water, but you know what? I think that's fair. I think it's because they're not immune to it. They're not supposed to be, but it doesn't matter. I think it's still electrical damage to them. So considering that they're not as in bad a shape as you guys are, it isn't as big of a deal. But I still think that's fair, Ben. So I'll go ahead and apply that to them as well. There's 2 of them left in here at the moment. Actually, 2 more now spawn, of course. But the 2 of them did take the 20 damage at least. This could be TPK levels, guys. So you definitely need to get creative on your planning here on how you're going to get out of here. Because Garrep has 3 hit points left. I'm just going to tell you guys that. After that shock, he had 23 after using his uncanny dodge. He's got 3 left now, and that's it. So he could definitely die if you guys don't get out, and you kind of need him as well. So up to you what you're going to do. Pogo, it is your turn.
I mean, I thought it was gonna be a little sad, but I feel like it's not necessarily the end of the fucking world.
Oh, you mean if Garrep dies?
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of his fault we're here. Like, we're doing our best, but
It's fair. Yeah, I'm not saying you need to save him. I was saying that him.
is this
Well,
considered hazardous terrain?
no, not for you yet. Sorry. Yes, it is. Yeah, sorry, you're in 1 foot now. Yeah, so your speed is halved. Yeah.
20, 25. So I also don't know that Garrep's fucking dead. Pogo wouldn't know that, or in the water or whatever. He doesn't know.
Nobody said anything. You
He
could
knows
hear.
he's getting
Yeah.
electrocuted.
Yeah.
So fucking dumb. All right.
Anybody have big heals to use? Anything like that? Because I mean, you guys can make it out of here fine if you get some hit points back.
I don't like that.
I got nothing for healing.
But I can
Some
at least
some heals, but I'll have to wait till my turn.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and cast
But-
Levitate on myself.
Okay.
Dropping animate objects so those are in their place.
Sure.
I'm gonna levitate above the water.
Okay.
And then that way I get my full movement. I'm going to move all the way to the edge. Now I'm guessing I have to get back in the water to get through the thing. Though,
Yeah,
right?
you still have to go. Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's completely submerged now. You're not going to take additional shock damage. Shock damage only happens on initiative 30. Yeah, so.
So I will use basically one thing on motion, and then another 10 feet to get on the other side, pass through Norok.
Yep. For the swim. Yeah.
My ability.
Okay. The portal is right there, but it does mean there's a
Yeah,
portal
right
right in the.
Well, that's the thing is I can't see what's. I think I'm just going to, because now I have to use the rest of my movement as my bonus action to just get through the portal, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead because I have no other way. I'm gonna kind of assume this is our game plan, and I'm gonna use my motion and go through the portal.
I think Norok said the portal's there. It's time to we got to get out of here or whatever. So I think so. Assuming that you can use that to assume that is the plan. Sure.
Yeah, action, bonus action, and movement, and I'm gonna be hovering a little bit above the floor or whatever's on the other side of it as well.
Okay, so you are going through and then hovering on the other side. Okay, all right, got it. I'm gonna just for simplicity's sake, I'm gonna put you right here, Justin. So that's not actually there. That's just the outside of the map.
I'm on the edge of a map. This is terrible.
Just teleport to the other side of the wall there.
How do I apologize, everybody, if I had anything that I thought I could do to help other people? I don't think I could.
I think everybody realizes this is a really shitty situation, and you gotta get out as best you can. If you don't have anything to help rescue the others, I think it's fair. So, but that's up to you guys to decide if you want to be mad at him or not. So, what is Sarah doing? You saw Garrett dip beneath the water. Just breathe. Actually, you didn't see that, Sarah, because you went north first. So.
Nope. Sorry, I was planning with Ben trying to figure out what the hell we were gonna do. So Sarah's gonna crawl up on his back because she doesn't want to get hit again with that. That's not fun.
From the shock. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Um.
I'm going to tell you that Ben's going to get shocked, so you're not. It's not like Ben is an insulator or Norok is an insulator. You understand what I'm saying?
It's.
It won't be full
don't
damage.
think-
It won't be full
let's
damage.
Let's put it this way. Sarah is not thinking of that at the moment. She's just thinking, get the fuck out of the water.
Okay, sure. I'll tell you
So-
that Norok is. You're not going to get the full shock because Ben will or Norok will have a certain amount of resistance, especially as big as he is. But yeah, you would still take some. So just keep that in mind.
So I'm gonna crawl up there, and I have no idea what's going on down there, so I'm just gonna yell at them to get the hell out of the water and get through the portal. And then I guess I'll shoot this guy in front of me with a firebolt, because
Okay.
I don't really know what else to do at this point. Like I
Alright.
said, I have no idea what's going on. down
Just
there.
so I don't want this to become a TPK. If you guys want to take a second here and talk as players on what your plan is, if anybody has ideas so that you don't feel like you're abandoning the rest of the group or anything like that, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
If you guys want to talk about it, you go right ahead. We can pause initiative here for a moment so that you guys can discuss
I'll
if you
be
want.
honest, guys. I do have shape water, and something I can do is I can make a 5-foot cube of ice, which insulates. It does not conduct. Ice does not conduct electricity well compared to water.
Yeah.
However, I also only have 32 hit points, so by the time I get down there to cast it to be able to do it, I'll probably be dead. So I don't know if I would much help there.
Your turn was just last. If you want to roll back one turn so that you can change it, if you want to, that's fine.
All right,
It's up to you.
Real quick, does anyone have any other better ideas?
No, because I don't have. I know I have like create and destroy water, but I don't have it like active, so it's kind of useless right now.
I don't have any charges in my staff. I could make like a small box around the electric thing, but I have no charges for it.
Wait. Hang on. Yeah, you do.
I have 2 charges, but it's not enough to do a.
Is that all you got back? Because did we roll for the charges for Dawn? Because you haven't used it today. Dawn was 10 hours ago, or 5 hours ago, or whatever. Did we roll for the charges for today?
I think we did. Because remember, I zeroed it out. I used it all.
You did. Okay, as long as you remember to zero it out. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I zeroed that out.
Okay. Sorry, never mind. That was a great idea, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the second I saw the electrical box. I was like, oh, damn it. And then I was thinking about freezing a cube around it, but I have nothing to freeze it.
So yeah, so like, did anyone else have any way to control water? Because I could try this, but I'm not gonna be able to do it this turn. It's gonna have to be next turn because I used levitate, and I'm not gonna be able to get there in any way if I'm underwater.
If I saw a room that's outside of here, I could put a door on the floor and have the water get siphoned down into another room, but I don't have any vision of another room, unfortunately.
Did you send it into the room you were just in, or does it have to be like within range?
I think I have to. It has to be within sight.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
What spell were you thinking, Sako?
Dimension door.
Something like a dimension
No.
door type of thing. I'll just put a door on the floor, and that'll be the drain, and open the other side of the door, like in another house, or across the street or something like that.
That would be Arcane Gate that you're thinking of.
The
but
Arcane
yeah,
Gate,
Yeah,
sorry.
you do have to be able to see both. Yeah.
Did the thing look like it could be destroyed? I don't know. I know Pogo is kind of like following footsteps as fast as he could. Did anyone check to see if that thing looked like it could be destroyed?
What thing?
The electrical
Power.
thing, creating the electrical.
It's not magical in any way, shape, or form. It's literally just a box that is sparking. It's a electrical box, like a modern like a
Did
circuit
anyone
breaker.
see if there was a switch? Is this the light switch that got left on?
I'm telling you, it does look like it could be destroyed. It's not protected. It's just a box with electricity running through it that wires are cut on.
Explode
box?
something enough, it'll stop.
Oh, maybe.
What'd you say, Fox?
Where's the box?
It's if you look to the bottom right of you, do you see the little thing sticking out there with the sparks on it? On the map?
I see
That's
it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, Sako. It's
That's
yeah, a little bit
destroyed. We
more-
won't get shocked again.
That thing is what's putting electricity into the water. You do with that information what you will.
So here's my only concern, guys.
I could get there one turn, or this next turn.
Jeremy likes details, and like with electricity, if you end up destroying everything around it, you still have wiring creating electricity. I'm slightly worried. So like imagine.
This is where it's not fair because Justin knows me too well that he's gonna
Yeah,
fucking.
it's gonna be like if you know what happens when you try to destroy like a semiconductor or something, the electricity is still there from the wires
Yeah.
that went to the
All right. So,
semiconductor.
so how that's an absolutely fair assessment, and that is okay to know your DM in the way that I would do that. I'm going to tell you that this is a a fantasy video or not video game, fantasy game, and we play it with the rules appropriate for there. But most important is that we keep a certain amount of realism to that, and that's absolutely true. If you need to handle this in a way that's not just blow up the box, unless that blowing up also prevents the electricity from touching the water.
Yeah.
So
Put an arcane gate underneath the box so no water reaches up to the box, and then put the dump on the other side of the room so the water constantly just falls into that hole. But I don't have the arcane gate, just have the dimensional door.
You do have Arcane Gate, but that's
Where is
I'm
it?
not following what you're saying. But I mean, you can try.
So-
a drain right
so-
underneath it, and then
exactly.
like, opening it up on the other side of the room. So it's like
A permanent portal where it's just pouring into itself. and
Exactly.
leaving it in
So
nothing.
it's constantly pouring into itself and just dumping on the opposite side of the room. So there's a
Okay.
huge drain right underneath where the exposed wires are, so the water will never reach the box.
so that is a physics question, and I don't think it would work.
No, it wouldn't, and I'll tell you why. So
room would stay
the
same
mass.
total amount of water. Yeah.
Yes, and the mass of the water would end up. Oh, eventually, it wouldn't happen immediately. It might buy you some time. I'm not saying it's a terrible idea, Sako. But if the water the volume of water would increase as it was pouring water out, and therefore it would eventually over envelop the outside of the door, and therefore not fall through the door anymore. But again, it would buy you some time potentially, and that's kind of what you need. So it's not a terrible idea. But Sako, where to find it, what you're looking for there is under your innate spell casting. It's Arcane Gate. It's one of your Mystic Arcanum. It's your level 7 Mystic Arcanum spell, I think.
I don't
6
find
or
it in
7
my
or something.
spell book, and I can't see it in my spell book.
So under Spellbook, very almost at the top, it's like the 5th or 6th item down. You have an at-will section, then you have an innate spellcasting section, and under that is Arcane Gate.
Arcane Gate. I see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's not a regular spell. You can only do this once per day, but it's every day you can do any of those spells with say Mystic Arcanum.
Yeah. So that's what I was thinking, just to kind of at least buy some time until I can invent a car with a piece of steel on the front and a magnet that just pulls it. So,
So
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, it won't be a guarantee, and the amount of time will, be limited, certainly. But that's certainly an idea that could potentially work.
Does anyone else have any other ideas of what they got?
I don't have anything that'll work for that, but if you're running by me, then I can slap you with a haste.
I mean, yeah, I will be passing you very, very, very closely. Haste gives me what now?
I'll put it up without consuming it, and if that's what we decide to do, I'll use spell slap.
I'll take that concentration off so it doesn't actually look like you're concentrating on anything.
Let's see, it would be 25 feet here. I'd be passing you, so I'd actually get another 50 feet. That actually, I could do it. I could do it on the same turn too, but it wouldn't. It's that's gonna be a DM thing. Are you gonna let Sarah use her turn to cast haste on me, or do we have to wait in turn order?
Yeah, because all I want to do is crawl up on his back and just cast haste as he's running by.
So,
Like, I don't want to attack anything.
Yeah, I'll say that I'll allow it, but it is going to take your action, and then because we're rewinding and Pogo's getting, Pogo's going, so it will take your action off of your turn. When your turn comes around, you'll still have bonus action, movement, etc., but not your action. That's fine. We'll do that. That is absolutely breaking the rules 100% to do it.
Him.
But exactly, you're right next to him in initiative order anyways, and he's already close by you, so I'm kind of DM Fiat making an exception for this case.
Oh wait, hold on one second.
Okay.
Does levitate? No, levitate doesn't increase your actual movement like flying. It just lets you levitate. All right.
I believe so. Yeah. I don't think it changes that at all. I'll go ahead and pull you back into the room then. So you did levitate and get yourself
basically,
there.
I got levitated as the action, and I got here with one of my movements, and I used my bonus, I got basically to the door with my bonus movement.
Okay.
Or with my normal movement, apologies. I have 25 feet. 5, 15, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So I still can't, I'm not going to be able to see the thing. But
You are going to pass directly through a shadow when you do it as well, which means you're going to get an opportunity attack.
Yep. So, and we got nothing else between 5 level 15 characters. We ain't got nothing to like. Does anyone have a?
So remember what I was saying about trying to design complex encounters that are still hard for level 15? This shit isn't easy. This takes some planning.
All right. So if you
Make him re-roll.
So if we're gonna let you give me haste, I can make it because I get one extra action to cast Shape Water. And again, this is just the electricity, guys. This is not for the creatures in the fucking room, but this is for the electricity. But I could cast Shape Water, and we could probably turn that off because ice doesn't conduct electricity well.
I have maybe one more turn before I drop.
Yeah, see, this is where I'm trying to think here, because apparently these guys are gonna keep coming.
Yeah, they're just gonna come over and over again. They'll just keep respawning.
I mean, do you guys have? No one's got some Misty Step or Thunder Step. You can jump to where this portal is real quick and easy on your next turn.
But I'm already here.
Got a far step.
Far Step, I think, would do it, wouldn't it?
I don't remember that spell. I'm looking now. Oh yeah,
60
that's
feet.
one you chose. Okay.
And do you have to see it, or you just have to know where it is?
I have to see it, so it would still take me one turn to get around that corner to see it, but I'll be dead by then probably.
Well, what you could do is you could use your motion, your movement, to walk.
Yeah, 15. I think I could make that in 15, actually.
Okay, it's bonus action. Never mind. Okay, so far step is concentration. Every turn, if you keep concentration up, you can do that again as a bonus action. So I was thinking it was an action to cast, meaning you would cast it and then bonus action do it again, but you can't. It's
so
all
my
bonus
curiosity
action.
here is, who's not going to be able to get out of here on their next turn before the full end of the round? We all get shocked again at the end after Nazim's turn. So Nazim,
Unless you can mitigate the electricity before then, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I'm not sure if I'll be able to. I don't really have, I normally use the broom, which we currently don't have. And yeah, I don't really have much.
I mean, I could just cheat. We could do a dimension door. If you're just trying to get to the portal, I could just drop a dimension door right in front of me. You could run inside that door, and I could drop the door in front of the portal.
That would work.
You just use your action to disengage.
Yeah. Can you get to me within that range? What's your range? 15 feet?
Yeah, but you're like right in front of me. I should be able to make it.
If I drop a dimension door, how do I make a marker on the screen again? Just ping a screen.
Marker tool.
Oh, well, I think if you just hold down, wasn't it just holding down? But yeah, I mean, you can, there you go. Yeah.
So if I drop a door right here, we walk into the door, we walk out of the door right here. Can you reach right here at your next turn? Because I'll create a door, you run in, and we pop out right here, jump through.
If you want to grab Garrett, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'll grab him on the way.
Yeah, he's a floater.
Arteme, you will not be able to reach Garrett in time. No way.
Okay. Never mind.
Okay.
Can I use that as a
Nazim be able
bonus
to grab
action?
him?
I might be able to grab him if it's like a bonus action, just like grab him by the arm and pull his
Look
floating.
Look closely at what Dimension Door says, Sako, if you want to read over that for a second.
Let me pull that up here.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, if you want to click it and put it in the chat so everybody can read it. Then you guys can plan.
I also, just to let you guys know, I have polymorph, but I don't know what that would help you with.
Turn yourself into an electric eel where the electricity doesn't bother you.
Yeah,
Is it in chat or something? I don't see anything.
I can get out of this. I can't save. I don't know what I'm doing.
Is it in chat or something? I don't see it.
Well, click it and then...
Oh, Dimension Door?
Yeah, click Dimension Door and then click the thing to not consume a spell slot and not... if it asks for a measured template, say no. You can uncheck those things.
Consume no. Pack slot. Pack slot level 5, 3 slots. I'll cast spell, but don't consume a spell slot.
There you go, yeah. So read
Yeah.
that closely. There's a bit in there that would be relevant to what you were asking.
Right, exactly. Spell to plus you see. Start steadiness.
Willing creature of your size or smaller.
Yeah, he's smaller, so that'll work.
But then you couldn't take Fox.
No, she'd have to run in.
I could run in.
No, it's a dimension door, so when Nazim casts it, it instantly happens and whoever he is holding on to will go with him.
Correct.
It's an instantaneous thing, it doesn't leave a door open.
Yeah, it's not... We were talking about Arcane Gate. He was mentioning Arcane Gate, and that's a different thing.
So you just have to visualize the spot, though. So Nazim, you can run to Arteme, grab her, and then just visualize the portal. It will like that area up there. You've already seen that whole room, so that shouldn't be too hard for you to visualize it.
Well, that's Dimension Door. Arcane Gate, I have to have line of sight.
Yeah, but I'm saying you could use Dimension Door if you went and grabbed Arteme, right?
Yeah, but then little homie would be floating there.
He would not get a attack though, because you'd stay within his perimeter of attack, so he wouldn't get a. Basically, you'd have to get it past him. Are these creatures? Would Nazim be able to get past this creature? Or is it too large, taking up too much space?
We're not talking about the creature. I'm talking about our friend over here, because he's, as far as we know, he's dead underwater. I'm just trying to grab his corpse and pull him to the door with me.
Hang on. So
He is still
if
alive.
I'm
You're
touching
next to him. You
Nazim-
can see him. Yeah.
Okay, wait. If Nazim is touching both Garup and me, he'd be able to take us both through, right?
No.
It's only
One
person.
willing creature.
Yeah. The spells specifically.
Oh.
The creature. Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm going to tell you too, Fox, just to point something out for you. You're 20 feet away from that square that Nazim was originally talking about dropping the door. Yeah, so keep that in
Okay.
mind.
Okay, I'll just try and run for it, I guess. We'll see.
So
That's keep planning just in case, because that may not go well for you, Fox. If you try to run for it from here, if you guys don't mitigate the electricity, Fox is unlikely to survive. She has very few hit points left. I mean, if you can get out of this room entirely, all of you, great. That's all you really need to do. But if you're going to be in this room for one more round, the electricity will probably be enough to finish off. Definitely Garrett, probably Arteme, probably Nazim. Sarah is okay. Pogo, you'd be really close, and Norok would be pretty close as well because he doesn't have resistance.
Fox, do you have a good one-person healing spell that you can cast on yourself as like an action for your next turn?
Yeah, I have heal.
Okay.
That one's
So-
click that one, Fox. Isn't that huge? Isn't that 70 hit points or some shit?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cast it at level 8 because I don't have any like I used up my level 6 and 7 spell, so I'm gonna have to cast it at level 8, and it's gonna have an extra 2 levels.
It'd be a
So it's
10th
gonna be
level
level
healing spell.
10 with the Sage Courses.
So that'll
yeah.
max you out. So
Yeah.
guys, you'll be fine.
If she spends her action to do it, though, and is
Yeah.
still stuck in the water and moving at half
Totally
speed.
stuck. So here's the thing. What if you do this? You try to get past the creature to Nazim. Use your heal thing, and then Nazim on his turn could dimension door you two basically out of here. You still have to use a little bit of your movement, but you could dimension door up to the portal.
Book it. Yeah.
And I'd imagine 5, 10, 15. Nazim, you might have to move back 5 feet closer to the creature or meet like. Okay, so 5, 10.
Well, I have movement because if I move here, I can
yeah.
still grab little guy right there because he's within arm's reach, and I could pop a door right here.
That's not how dimension door works. It's teleport doesn't stay there.
Yeah, Arcane Gate does that, but
So
not Dimension Door.
Arne, she could. Oh, she's still got that asshole to the top right. I was gonna say.
We are about to hit time, guys. Do we want to stop here and you guys? Because I'm concerned if you do something hasty here, it's going to end up in at least 1 or 2, maybe even dying.
We're gonna have to think about it.
So yeah, if you guys want to stop here, we can, because Sako's got to drop, so we don't have, we can't go overtime here, and that'll give you guys some time to think about this and come up with a a solid plan before we get somebody killed.
Oh man, yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. Like, I made this to be hard, but I don't want to get you guys killed either.
Do you want to fully retcon my